get back on the horse.
We're on.
All right.
On the road again.
Back on the railroad. So let's...
Wait a minute, there were no iron beasts in this campaign, you fuck.
I'm sorry, do you get to make that call? You're not the DM anymore, shut up and sit down.
Oh no, what has he done?
Oh
You
no.
little rascal.
I'm loving
Silence.
the energy. Big drama.
Love
I'm
the
always
nub.
game for
Shut up,
telling
sit
RJ
down,
to
or
shut up.
get smited.
Nub.
If you know what's good for your barbarian, you'll shut the hell up.
Listen, you can't smite me down with lightning. I am lightning. Strikes you down with lightning anyway.
I absolutely could, just so much lightning damage all at once. Alright.
Recap.
So a quick recap. You have all reached the town of LaFair. Found it in quite a bit of disarray, and found these bizarre animated armors patrolling the town like silent guards. You've talked to some of the inhabitants. Clem and Cedric gave some help to the local gravedigger, as an unfortunate series of events has left the town with about half of its original population and a whole lot of dead bodies that need burying.
Dead people.
So many dead people.
Dead people.
Dead people.
Oh no.
Davi and Edma went and talked to the town mage, who unfortunately was dramatically affected by the initial incident, leaving her unable to control her own magic and basically rendering her whole shop unusable, along with some of the other buildings that have just been straight up blown to pieces or have significant chunks missing. And Zeshi had a polite conversation with the town's former mayor as he sat on a bench in sorrow about what he is to do for this fine town.
Hey, wasn't he a goblin?
Shakespearean bench goblin is my favorite goblin of this campaign.
I'm okay with that.
It's better than the alternative.
Yeah, like
Look, he got his one cameo in like session 8 or whatever, and that's it. He got his lot. He's out.
Yep.
Listen, if there's a vying for favorite NPC, I'm picking this guy right now.
I'm okay with that. I like him. Zeshi, you spent some time observing the armor, as because he said the word adventure, one was sort of summoned and started patrolling the area near and around him. You took some time to watch it, and that's where the rest of the party found you, as everyone was trying to regroup with various amounts of intel shared amongst people, including that the gravedigger told you that if you're looking to deal with the Baron in town, the best person to talk to would be Kiva, a former town guard, who he said could usually be found at the guardhouse butting heads with the remaining guards. You guys went to collect Zeshi, found her watching, and a gnome woman in formal attire somberly came out and watched, I believe I said 7 animated armors
Something
come
like that.
into town.
But you specifically noted that these were like better than the other ones?
Yeah, the ones in town, all their armor is dented or it doesn't look complete. These ones are much more, they're completed sets, they're a bit shinier, they look like they're just made of tougher stuff, but they move in the same erratic pattern. And we ended off there, so that is where we will pick up. Logic dictates.
Definitely not helmed horrors.
Oh, Quinn. Please. My personal bestiary is endless.
Of course.
Speaking
So,
of bestiary.
hello, Moon.
Hello.
Hang on, Maddie, would you like to see Moon?
Oh.
If we're showing animals, hang on. This is a little risky because my camera's actually pretty precarious, but
It's Moon the Mint Fiend. He is the Mint
I
Fiend,
also,
right?
I
Yeah,
also
here,
have
hold on.
animal.
Ah.
There's my boy, all curled up.
Yep. The big
My
thief.
boy.
My boy. I don't know where the cat is. I think she's upstairs.
Unfortunately, the only animal I have to show off is Tyler. Tyler, show yourself off in a scantily clad way.
So, this is
Don't-
like a
don't-
makeup.
Yeah!
POS. We're streaming this.
As you can see, Moon is a mint fiend.
Yo,
It's okay
get
for
us
guys
taken-
to show their chest.
Get us taken down for inappropriate content.
I mean, if we weren't already taken down for copyright,
Yeah.
Fuck.
we love a good
He's gonna go
copyrighted
after that.
song in our boss
But-
fights.
Come here.
No, but like aside, and this is the comment I'm gonna
Little
make on
headroom.
like
Alright, cool.
monetization. There are videos now where they're blurring out like axes and machetes because they might get demonetized.
That's so dumb.
It's
Oh, it's
so
terrible.
it's so ridiculous.
No, the state of monetization on YouTube is god awful
Eat it.
right now.
Yeah,
See?
it is getting a little.
Yay.
Didn't want that mint.
Mother, I crave mint.
Much like Austin, I have my sister just off screen. So if you see me turn around to talk, it's because she's sitting behind me.
I'll use the bathroom real quick.
Right. All right. While Moon takes care of the mint problem, and Quinn retreats to empty his bowels, you watch the Seven Armors approach her, and she says nothing to them. They simply produce, you're not sure exactly from where, between some of the plates you would assume, simply produce a letter with a wax seal and hand it to her. And she produces one of her own, hands it to them. The one in front tucks it away into the breastplate, and they turn around and begin marching out of town.
Are these ones because the original ones are kind of like clunky as they walked? Are these ones? Did these have a clunkiness to them as they walk?
They have an erratic movement similar to the others. They sound a little different because it's much straighter and stronger metal bouncing off each other.
Like
They
I
do
would
still make a
imagine,
rattling noise.
I'd imagine you could still hear them like as they're marching, as someone would wearing
Yes.
a plate.
Yes.
But I was imagining like the ones in town where just like it just sounded like metal banging as they fucking walked.
Yeah, the ones in town, the irregular patterns of their bodies make them a lot noisier. So it's like, you know, tapping a couple pans together is, oh, I can hear that, versus like shaking a wind chime.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ones in town are a lot noisier. These ones are a touch quieter, but like you said, they're not exactly stealthy. They're large suits of plate armor.
I wonder if they have a high AC.
Oh, sorry.
since they're just literally armor.
I'd imagine it might be a little hard to hit.
Maybe.
Well, no, they won't be hard to hit. I wouldn't say in this case they would be not hard to hit, hard to damage.
True.
Potato, tomato.
You can hit them, but if you don't hit them right, your weapon's just gonna go and just bounce off the plate.
There would definitely won't be consequences.
There are never
Consequences in my games.
Oh shit, we're playing no consequences this section. I run out into all of the armors and I scream, I want to fuck up the Baron and murder him.
The armors og tie you and carry you off cartoonishly.
Dobby is gone.
You said there would be no consequences.
I thought you said this was a no consequence session. God damn it.
And this is why you need to learn the word sarcasm.
Dobby is dead. Crab rave.
Dobby does not understand such.
Oh god,
It's just another one of those turtle.
And then Yargoth shows up and Fortnite dances over my grave.
He's doing like Orange Justice.
God.
My favorite.
Alright, but
Welcome back,
seriously.
Moon.
We're getting sidetracked. I'm so sorry.
It's every D&D group. We are blessed to keep it relatively brief. Also, at least we're joking about stuff in game.
Yeah.
My
it's
Wednesday
not like
group went on like a 10-minute tangent about Naruto pedantry. It was a pain in the ass.
It's not the Naruto debate.
Yeah, about just pointless clarifications. It was funny
So,
until
we
it
should-
wasn't.
We should definitely derail this campaign for 30 minutes debating who's the best girl in Naruto and why is it the fucking snake dude. I don't even remember his name.
Orochimaru?
Yeah, Orochimaru.
I'm sorry,
are you
did you
doing?
want to roll a new character?
My new character is Orochimaru.
Alright.
So I've got a webcam, but
Moon's
are
not.
there
got a
rules if it's
cat
kind
noise.
of gray and fuzzy?
Hey, that's not a
Yeah,
bad
I think
thing.
that's a camera issue.
Yeah,
It'll
I'm not
clear
really
up.
coming through all the way, am I?
Moon
I think you might need a
said,
new camera.
Is
Moon
this
said-
so that's what they mean by eclipse?
Moon said our webcam.
I could also just.
Through all of you, that was a great joke.
There was.
I didn't hear it.
got
What did
it.
you say?
I said, is this what they mean by an eclipse?
It's a thinker.
Because the moon.
That was funny.
Because the moon passes between us. Anyway,
That means I'm the sun, though.
That's true.
I mean, you bring brightness to my life. I won't speak to the others.
Aww.
Tyler, why do you have fucking God rays coming off of you, damn it?
Because
I have actually all the lights off and the windows are mostly closed, and yet I still have.
Tyler's
to
the
light
chosen
in my
one.
room for some reason.
that's a hell of a spotlight.
He's
See,
the
this is how
Messiah.
you know. This is how you know Zeshi wants to be in the spotlight. Just,
I don't,
just for a
I
little.
don't- I don't know about you guys, but I think Tyler has a quest for us.
Hi, Moon. Yeah, you're looking at us. Hi, buddy.
Aww.
Moon.
Yeah, remember me? You attacked my shoe one time.
Yeah,
he's
motherfucker
an
hissed at me
asshole.
when I tried to feed him.
Well, actually, he hissed at the food.
He hissed at the food, and I'm just like, why? You eat that.
Got eye boogies.
Temperamental.
Can I steal your other eye boogies? Gimme.
So
Can I steal your eye?
the armors come out the way they came on a road that seems to lead out of town, and the gnome returns into the office without another word. She glances briefly at the goblin and says something to him, but at your distance, none of you can quite make it out.
Gross.
Word.
And she heads inside the building. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna go run over to the bench goblin,
Okay.
and I'm going to go, hey, Mr. Bench Goblin, what that lady say to you?
Oh, she was merely inviting me back inside, reminding me that just because I'm no longer the mayor that I don't have to sit out here, but I do not deserve to be within the mayor's quarters if I am no longer leading the fine people of this town. Her offer is generous, to be sure, but I could not simply accept.
You should start a new life as a professional wrestler. This town has a bear problem. You should train under me and become a professional bear wrestler, and then you and me can tag team the Baron.
Young man, I appreciate your gumption, but I simply am not a physical man. That's why I got into politics. I want to lead people. I don't use my muscles. I use my mind and my words to better the lives of those around me.
Oh, okay. So you're a hype man, a promoter. I want you to be my hype man.
Young man, I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
Well, okay, so okay, so I wrestle the bears, right? You get the people excited about me wrestling the bears, and you can sell the tickets, and you can come up with a fun name for me, like a title, you know? And then you can get like an announcery voice. It'll be great. You've got the mind, and I've got the body of a giant. We can do this.
Young man, I do not run coliseums. I create policies that are to better the lives of those in town. I do not pit people against each other in violence. That is for others to see to. That is not my field. That is not
Well, then perhaps
my
you should.
passion.
Perhaps you should run a Poliseum. You can do that, right?
Your comment is admirable. I think there are some holes in it.
No, there are no holes in my speech.
No, young man, it's a turn of phrase.
Wait a
Uh-oh.
minute. Where are you? I know you're here. I'll get you.
This is
You
just like the
turn
rich people in the
afraid, you.
trees.
All right.
Young sir, are you all right? Who are you yelling at?
What? No, Davi has a left side. Well, how could they be all right?
Eventually, they're gonna figure out that you're just a little.
I'm gonna
Different.
just
I
wander over at this point and just
Okay.
be like, I apologize for our companion. He's led a bit of a sheltered upbringing.
What? I did not live a sheltered life. I had great shelter in my life. What are you talking about?
A
Caves
great-
make great shelter.
A great shelter is still a shelter, Davi.
I do not like that you are correct.
he is quite correct.
Davi, it's a turn of praise.
Oh my god, are you telling me the turn of phrases in the mountains now? Where does he not have power?
Tall sir, are you by chance with the wandering mage from earlier?
Are you referring to my Drew?
Tall, dark
oh.
hair to one side.
Perpetually
Oh, you're
earrings.
talking about
bags under her
Dashi.
eyes. Bags under her eyes.
Oh, she seemed plenty awake to me.
Oh right, she's
Yeah, 'cause
caffeinated.
she had. I'm gonna nudge your ankle. Yeah, 'cause she drank her wakey juice, Cedric.
Right,
Come on,
right.
pay attention.
Yes,
Even
that-
I know that.
She's part of we're associated.
Oh, I see.
We're merchants, officially.
Of course, we must have. Oh. That was one time. Yes, of course, merchants. You are, of course, welcome in the town. I just wish, as I told your magically inclined friend, I wish I could be of more assistance to make your visit as pleasant as possible, but as you can see, I've been removed from my post, and I am but now a lonely man on a bench.
You should fight this injustice by using your power of policies to use your words and papers to metaphorically punch someone in the face. Or you can just punch them, because that sounds a lot easier.
So
I like your gumption, young man, but unfortunately my policies and my words are no match for the Baron's goons.
Cedric!
So how exactly has the Baron maintained this stranglehold on the town? Is it just these armors we see wandering around? Is it just
Have you
force?
Have you see us a way to defend against them? They're pure metal and animated by some unholy magic, or perhaps it is holy. I'm not actually an expert.
That is fair.
But we have no good way to fight against them. Our mage has trouble controlling her magic. The magic items that she did have, the few she did have, she says are no good to us anymore. And with no blacksmiths anymore, we've no proper arms, and the few we do have are no match for more than one of these things at a time.
What are you talking about? You have proper arms on the sides of your body. Use them.
And
Davi,
so, ignoring that, do you know anything about where these armors are coming from? Where is he crafting them, bringing them in from elsewhere? Where's this?
You see, that's the saddest thing of all. They're ours. These are every suit of armor the town once had. They simply jumped to life as soon as he moved in.
So he's not making any more?
But
Okay, so...
but he can control them somehow.
Yes, but
He
if we
can,
take...
and if he were to get any more shipped to wherever he's holed up, he could create more, but no, he's not magically forming more as far as I'm aware.
Wherever
So
he's
if we
holed
take
up, so
them-
you don't know?
He's in the mayor's house, probably.
Oh, no, the only one in there is my former assistant. Lovely young lass, but she mostly
So-
deals with him now, and not even she knows where he is.
How does he give-
The messages come in, and she sends them out.
So
He-
then we follow the thing with the message.
The messages come in, how?
The suits of armor.
Well, you were just... I assume you were nearby. Those...
Oh, the armors. Okay.
A small battalion usually comes and brings them in.
I see.
Occasionally they don't. My assistant tells me she receives a message in her head on occasion. I'm not quite sure how that works.
And then these armors, they will return to him? or wherever they came from.
Wherever they came from, I would assume him, but magic is so far out of my depth, I'm just not sure. I couldn't assume they go anywhere else.
Well, that's a potential start. If anyone
We could
feels
try talking to the gnome lady. You have a
could.
way with the lady, Cedric.
I
gnome.
can talk to them too.
Remind me about this gnome lady.
She's the former assistant to the mayor.
Right.
She was the one you saw receiving the message and then entering the mayoral office again.
Yeah. Have the armors already left that delivered the
Yeah.
message?
Yeah,
They
they're out of town
Okay.
by this point.
How often do they make the rounds here?
Oh, for the messages, I would say once every week and a half or so.
Ugh. So that's an option, waiting a week and a half and then tailing the next group, but doesn't sound like the most efficient use of our time.
Well, you could try to talk to my assistant, but she's a bit tight-lipped. She's worried that that he'll somehow figure out, or I say he, we've never seen the Baron, so
Right.
could be anyone, but she's afraid the Baron will catch wind of it, so if you can convince her to talk to you, I think she wants what's best for the town, but her fear is, understandably keeping her in line quite a bit.
I seriously doubt your Baron could catch wind. What is he, a windbag?
All right,
Windbag
Turn of
Dobby.
phrase,
giant?
Dobby.
The-
Where is he?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Sater. I didn't see you there.
Hi. Just listening in. Don't mind me.
Right. Well, I suppose this assistant is worth talking to next.
Good a start as any.
If you so wish. The doors are open. We don't really have a busy schedule these days, so I can't imagine she won't be able to see you, and
Out of curiosity, sir, if we were to potentially see the seat of the Baron overthrown, would you return to your position? Or would it be someone else?
well, that would be...
Hypothetically, of course.
Of course. Well, hypothetically, it would be the decision of the citizens. If they decided to reinstate me, then yes, I would take my position back. But if for whatever reason they decided that my tenure was up, they would elect someone else from the town.
Okay.
But certainly we would at least have eminence over our own domain, as to say. Not ruled from afar by some anonymous
Mystery benefactor.
person.
Yeah.
I'd hardly call... Well, a benefactor of sorts. The armors do admittedly keep unsavory folk and some of the monsters away, but that's really the only benefit.
Doesn't sound great.
So if nobody has seen him, it's him being a bear is not out of the question.
Dobby,
You
you
think
are
the Baron
technically
is a
correct.
bear?
Dobby wants to believe it's a thing. He likes wrestling. But look, Dobby
He
has
mentioned
very
about the wrestling.
yes, he has very specific tastes and not sometimes a limited imagination.
What are you talking about? My imagination is very not limited, Cedric. I think about you in all types of outfits all the time in my mind palace.
Didn't need to know that. Okay.
I like it when you're wearing the dress and making cookies.
Dobby, that's weird. Stop it.
What do you mean? Cedric is a great mom, and
Listen,
it makes sense
listen to Clem, Dobby.
to picture him in motherly outfits.
Yeah,
Dobby-
no, that's still weird.
Dobby, listen to Clem.
What is so weird about Cedric making cookies?
Young man, perhaps you should listen to your associates.
Associates? No, these are my parents.
Not really.
He's gonna kind of glance to Clem and then at Cedric, look down at you.
Don't ask.
That's not for me to say, but
Adopted at anything.
that would make more sense, yes.
Did the music pause for anyone else, or is it just me?
What?
It looped for me.
It's still going for me.
It's going
Okay.
perfectly fine for
Yeah.
me.
Fine for me.
That's annoying. All right.
I set it to a loop, so
Yeah, it's on my end, so I'll try
I mean,
Maybe you had
No,
the
I got
window
it.
popped out.
I got it.
What?
cool. Let's see.
What?
I just had to go back into it because it thought I
I
was
was just
inactive.
commenting on Quinn's problem.
It thought I was inactive.
I don't think Edma's
Oh yeah,
with
it is
you.
YouTube, so it is prone to some of those like, "Are you still watching?"
Yeah.
kind of crap. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Oh, yeah, mine says playback pause due to inactivity.
Yeah. I went back
So
in,
maybe you
Yeah.
have to, like...
You
highlight
just
it.
gotta like click on it, it'll highlight it, and you should be good.
Yeah. It's annoying for the stream, but whatever.
A little.
It's fine.
I mean, I'll take the trade-off, but again, that's
Yeah, there's
ultimately if
there-
it works.
Yeah.
I'm good with it, but of course, if for whatever reason the
Unfortunate-
group decides.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's just no perfect solution anymore for music.
No, not on Discord, certainly.
I mean,
Pardon
wouldn't
me,
it just be Quinn without music?
Yeah, well, and the stream, because that's where the...
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with
Yeah.
having music just on my end.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't think we need to get into it right now, but, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you all? Was there anything else you guys wanted to ask? The goblin?
Not necessarily. Just before we leave this conversation, I'm just gonna like tug on Cedric's clothes and go, Cedric, what is a gumption?
It's a type of food.
Really,
Where the problems
Cedric?
arise, Cedric. You give him misinformation and
Look,
then he
I
latches
can-
onto it and he never lets go.
Wow, I want to eat a gumption, Cedric. You
Gumption
can. You're,
is not
wait,
the-
you, Cedric,
food.
you're like a mom and you know how to cook, so you can make me some gumption.
I don't have the
You dug
ingredients
yourself
for
a
it.
hole.
Well, what are the ingredients? I'll get them for you.
Don't.
You dug yourself a
Cedric.
hole.
He's just like
And
sitting there,
that's karma.
like wide-eyed, looking at you, just child excitement.
That was literally just an impulsive joke from because I've been reading a lot of Pratchett, and that's a thing that happens in it that he does a lot.
He does. Unfortunately, you're not in a book. You're dealing with
I
RJ.
know.
He's just like sitting there, like,
So, are you guys going to see the secretary? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
yeah.
make the most logical sense.
True, but I don't want to make assumptions if you guys wanted to go somewhere else.
I don't know, cause
Say about making
is Jesse still in like watching the armor? Because I remember that was where we initially
No, that
found
that
Jesse.
wrapped up. She was watching the armor before we got there. Now we've all reconvened.
That she's eating a sandwich.
Yeah, Zeshi has a sandwich for some reason, and there's no explanation will be given.
Yep.
She just pulled it out of her bag at some point. None of you are quite sure where she got it, but
I wasn't sure if
is
we
it
were
really
still
worth
back there or
questioning?
not.
That must be the gumption that she's eating.
That is up for you all to decide, and perhaps for Cedric to confirm or deny. Okay, entering the mayoral office, it's a little nicer than some of the other houses, but not by too much. The floors have a large rug in the lobby, and there's only 3 exits, 2 of which are currently closed and locked, and one door is closed, but does have a paper sign on it simply saying, knock for the mayor. And it has mayor in quotation marks.
Well, I'm gonna knock. I'm just gonna boom, boom.
And it takes a second. You can hear the pitter patter of feet. You can hear something scooch across the floor, and the door cracks open and is pulled open. And before you is the gnome. She looks about mid-20s. She's nicely dressed for a common folk. And she's got a small pair of glasses sitting near the edge of her nose. Yes, can I help you?
Why do you wear mirrors on your face?
What
Okay.
what my colleague actually means is we're here to learn some things about the situation in town and vis-a-vis this Baron.
You say that, and she's gonna like stiffen a bit and kind of look around. Come in, come in. Don't just say that out in the open. And she'll kind of usher the six of you into the not large office. The six of you, even standing near each other, almost go wall to wall. And she'll hop up behind the fairly simple wooden desk with a few sparse papers, not many. A plaque that no longer has a name on it, and she'll hop into the chair. Well, if you're here to talk about the Baron, what do you want to know?
Is he a bear?
What?
Well, he's
You can
called.
just
I'm going
ignore
to-
him.
He's called the Baron. So is he a bear?
Davi, Baron is a title. It's a type of nobility, like a lord or a duke or something.
So you're telling me that a bear could not be a baron?
It's
Are you
not.
discriminate?
It's,
Are you discriminating?
I'm not
against-
ruling it out, but there is no inherent correlation between the two.
Cedric, are you discriminating against bears holding office?
Navi, they're also not spelled the same.
If I may, did you come here to talk to me or to argue amongst yourselves about the position of Bear?
Look,
consultant?
this one's just a lot. Sometimes.
He's young. We're all stupid when we're young.
Anyway.
Oh, hi, buddy.
How old are
Hi, buddy. Okay, you can go. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Oliver, you can come through this way, bud.
Is by passing of sun and the moon and seasons he has survived. I believe I am 16
Come on,
in
bud.
your common measurements of
Okay.
time. But
Come on,
I like
buddy.
to go by winters. That's just me though.
Okay, you can come this way. There's no wires. Yeah, you don't need to go under the table. You can go across. There you go.
Indeed.
There you go. From one chair into the other.
Yep. Right, so we're trying to, I don't know, figure out what's going on. We've seen the armors, we know a little about that situation. You were delivered new orders from them a moment ago, I believe.
Well, that is confidential. I don't really tend to share town policy with just any. I'm sorry, who are you, Six?
Merchants.
They are
officially.
merchants, and I am a bear wrestler. But you
I'm
can.
gonna say we're merchants under my jurisdiction, and
Correct.
I'll give her I'll give her my card, and then when I say merchants as well, I will heavy like air quotes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like I
don't
said.
worry, Lady. You can be confident that we can be confident to solve your problems in confidence. Yeah.
Oh, bless you, you're trying.
I'm trying.
And she'll hand the card back to Clem. Well, merchants.
Davi,
I
you make
certainly
it so
don't
hard.
share town policy with merchants, I'm afraid.
Davi, you make
Did
it so
you-
hard
did
for me
you
to be
miss the-
smooth sometimes.
But you're
No.
not smooth, you're
Can I ask
rugged.
related not to the policies?
Listen,
How
we've been following these cultists and have dealt with their issues from place to place to place, and we heard whispers of certain similar things happening here, and
Oh,
wondering
hold on.
if maybe we could.
Cultists? We don't have any cultists.
No, you had cultists. They're gone now. They caused all the
Well, they
problems
might
that
be.
led up to now.
They're causing some pretty big problems, and you may still have the issue. Aaron.
Oh, you mean the weapon merchants that came through and caused all of this?
Correct.
Yes,
those were
they are
cultists.
cultists.
The weapon merchant thing is a front. We've dealt with
Yeah,
them
they
before.
used that in a couple other towns that we.
Their weapons suck.
Yes,
Oh, well, they certainly do the damage by being bombs, but
They seem to have this whole thing about
More
wanting.
than bombs.
They seem to have this whole thing about wanting to co-opt the already erratic state of magic in the land and make it worse. I don't know. You never know with these types of cults.
Yeah, something about being storm childs, bunch of
Children
punk
of the
ass,
Storm is what they're called.
punk ass bitches is what I would call them.
All right, Davi, language.
You guys curse all the time. Come on.
Yeah, you're not an adult.
What?
Have a little decorum.
Why would you say that to Davi?
Have a little decorum.
Edma swears like a person on a boat.
Yeah, well, Edma isn't very polite either, so...
So what, do you want me to take after Edma?
I want you to be polite.
Excuse me, if you're going to just have an argument, you can do that outside.
Takes a village, ma'am. Anyways. Is there anything you can give us? Any information? Any leads? Whatever.
Anything you
help.
know about the Baron, or that you're at liberty to share, of course.
We are, after all, mere merchants. So you won't get in trouble for sharing this information with any A-words.
Could one of you roll me persuasion?
What is everyone's persuasion stat?
Don't pick me. Mine's
I'm going to
zero.
say, it's
Mine's good.
got to be either Clem or Cedric because they've been
Okay.
doing the majority of the
Can,
talking.
can I
do
assist?
it.
Can
I
I?
will allow advantage.
Yeah, I will assist Clem.
Probably Clem has the better shot.
Yeah.
I don't think Cedric's a charisma build.
He's not.
So
It's not- it's-
I kind of want to see an
15
Echo
plus
Fighter
6.
charisma build.
It's not
So
bad.
a 19.
A 19.
19.
Okay. She'll kind of look at you and she'll hop off the chair. She'll go over to the two windows and she'll kind of pull the curtains before hopping back up on her chair. I wish I could offer you. Sorry. I wish I could offer you more, but I don't know much. He wanted Golo to continue running the town under his thumb, but he's a man of his own principles, if nothing else, and I was afraid that there'd be a violent coup if nobody stepped up, so I took over. I get the messages. They're usually mandates.
So what?
Every
what,
so often.
what
Oh,
do they?
whatever
What,
crosses his mind.
Everything.
I mean,
what
they're.
does he want?
I don't. But the wording in them is petty, childish. This person's just running our town however they think it's supposed to be run. They know nothing of actually. I mean, look, the adventurer ban was bad enough, okay? They brought in a lot of money because we could sell arms, armor, a place to stay, some drinks. We're on a main road, and yet now every traveler needs to be scanned. And now, the one I just got, apparently, we now need to triple check all merchants' goods. It doesn't include an explanation. He just hands down an order, and I have to carry it out because I'm frankly terrified that those things outside will go on a rampage if anything isn't to his liking.
You said
or
the-
her, or it. I don't know.
You said the wording was childish. Is there any chance we could look at just one of these to get a better sense?
Perhaps maybe it
Or-
is an adolescent bear.
Maybe some
Maybe
some
Davi.
child got a hold of magic they shouldn't have. I don't know.
That or the cult sent a child to deal with this because they thought they could handle it.
Oh god, a child in a cult. I'd hate to think it.
Davi
But-
does not feel comfortable about wrestling other children.
Well,
That's new.
I suppose I could let you take a look at one of the letters. Hold on.
I usually like wrestling people that are bigger than me. It makes me feel
Uh,
powerful.
I'm going to hand you an old one just in case.
Of
I
course.
don't know what these things are capable of sensing when they come in.
More than acceptable.
And she'll
Fair enough.
slide open one of the drawers and rummage through, and she'll pull out a opened letter and she'll hand it to you, Cedric. You open it, and the first thing you notice is that the handwriting is only so-so. It's legible, but you're used to reading, like, Clem's handwriting, and Edma's, and Zeshi's, and yours, and all four of you are better. The only person who does worse handwriting than this is Davi, and that's because he usually tends to just talk.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it starts very informally with just, I have a new order for you. Adventurers are good-for-nothing mercenaries who only show up when it suits them. Or no, that's not the wording. Only show up when they can get some money out of it and don't care about us. They never cared about us. And it costs a lot of people a lot of people. I don't want them in town anymore. Destroy the statue, get rid of the plaque. Or you know what? I'll have the armors do it, and you are not to get in their way. And I don't want to hear a whimper, or anything. I want them gone, and I don't want anyone to mention them. I don't want anyone to house them. You don't get to help these people. They're bad. They're bad people. And so you notice on some of those lines, the handwriting actually deteriorates
It's like a full-on
a bit before kind of going back to its normal amount.
That's not what I expected from...
I'm just kind of like peering underneath you. That looks like something that I would write.
This does not seem like someone in full possession of their faculties. So, might potentially someone with a chip on... I mean, it seems to have a chip on their shoulder. Certainly does not seem the imperious, like, domineering tyrant that the picture was painted for us.
Yeah, more like a little giant throwing a temper tantrum because he had his club taken away.
What Davi said. Very odd.
A thought I had, because it sounded like you don't even know where this Baron is, if we could somehow follow the messenger suits back to their point of origin, it could potentially glean some more intel. That said, it sounds like we're not expecting the next one of those for a bit.
Or we could start trashing some suits of armor and make a big enough ruckus to get the better suits of armor to come back.
That's not a...
That is actually a good start.
That's a start. Is there any
Here's an
less
idea.
violent or more anonymous way that you think we could lure those back
Okay,
early?
slow down.
Oh.
Hold on. What if one or two of us got arrested? What has been happening to adventurers that do get in here or get found out as adventurers?
Not that we are adventurers, of course. We're
Are they kicked out or are they
merchants.
carted off to some unknown location?
I don't know. The few arrests the guards have made, willingly or otherwise, if it's ever... Well, we've only had one adventurer try to, show up and not follow the rules, and it wasn't pretty. They were dragged off by the armors, beaten and bloodied, and dragged out of town.
Out of town.
Not the same way the messengers come in. As for less violent, Look, I want to trust you, I do. Anyone who's promising to free our town, I want to trust. But if you fail and they find out I helped, everything could go wrong. We could all lose our homes.
I understand.
I don't think we would stop at that, though. This is honestly a matter of life or death for your town. It already has been.
Well, he hasn't killed anyone yet. In fact, the
Yeah, but
armor's...
prior to the Baron, you've lost a lot of people. Did you not?
Don't
Hey,
remind
Ed-
us.
Ed-
Losing
hey,
the
Ed-
Vordens was the worst thing that happened to us in years.
How do you
Hey,
know this was
Edma.
orchestrated so the Baron could get in place?
I can't prove anything. All
All I'm saying is that it sounds a little too coincidental.
could be. I couldn't tell you. I mean, first our blacksmiths and then most of our actual townsfolk. The Vorden family didn't deserve that, and neither did the, Nefaros, neither did any of them. But at least the Vordens weren't trying to pick a fight. Everyone else wouldn't listen.
Davi has plan.
Yeah?
Well, there are a bunch of magical thingies at a rundown shop because me and Edma talked to the ex-mage lady. So basically there's a bunch of bombs. And if you really wanted to take out some tin cans, that would be the way to do it.
I don't know about taking out tin cans, but definitely I was thinking if they were bringing adventurers
Petra's
to
old
certain
stock.
people or more.
We got rid of that.
And where did you get rid of it to?
Do you have a map? I could mark it, but we couldn't afford them being... Like, we don't know if they'll explode. Petra wasn't even sure, but we couldn't risk it.
It's better you kept them far away.
If you have a map, I'll mark where we put them.
Okay. Well, it's not that they will explode if you have normal non-magic hands. It's if you are magical, they will turn into the bombs.
That can't be right. The Vordens weren't mages, they were blacksmiths.
They will blow up in nearly anybody's hands. Remember my hometown, Davi?
Yes.
The one blew up just in the guards.
Well, I think it
House.
is worth a look in case you need to potentially use it later to take out some of those clunker junkers.
Be my guest, we certainly don't have any use for them anymore. Can't sell a weapon that, at its best, doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and at worst, could blow your arm off.
Yeah, Edma, you want to be loud and proud and crass, which you already do, and we could get the clunkers to take us away to the big house.
I don't think that's the best idea.
Well, who knows? You know, they could follow us, and you're pretty strong, and I'm little small and slippery. I'm also very big, don't forget that. But, you know, I could probably dig my way out with my little talon hands.
Why don't we put a pin in that idea and come back to it later?
And if things get too out of hand, I can zippy zap.
Out of curiosity, is there anything else that this Baron vehemently dislikes other than just adventurers in general?
That's certainly the big one. He wanted to institute a ban on magic. I don't know how I managed to convince him to allow Petra to stay around, but he wanted her thrown out.
He wanted
He
to...
wanted her killed, mind you. They, I don't know, whatever. They did specify we weren't to kill Petra, but attempted a ban on magic. That didn't really go through, given...
He wanted to ban magic
They
even
use
though
magic.
he has all his armor walking around the town. That does not sound right.
Nothing he said... None of these orders are right. They're wide-sweeping bans of things this person doesn't like. Even I can read that, and I'm just the secretary.
Does anyone else have any idea, besides following the armors back to where they're coming from? Because at this point, so far, that's the only thing I can think of. Maybe
Well, I was
the...
thinking of getting some of us arrested if they were taking adventurers.
I would
away
volunteer
from
to be
special
arrested. I can survive in prison.
It's a risky move, but it could work.
I
We don't know
have
how
an
that...
idea that I don't think we can share in front of And I'll gesture towards the gnome. I don't want to put her at risk.
Please, I'm already at risk talking to you at all.
Well, we'll take what you've given us and plan otherwise elsewhere, so you don't have to.
Yes,
I'm
you
sure
will.
you've been asked.
Are the armor the only people you've seen in association with this Baron? People in heavy quotes.
Pretty much. I'm technically the only actual associate they have. The guards follow the orders as I disseminate them. Most of them just kind of half-heartedly put in the effort.
And
But
he hasn't given you any way to get in contact with him outside of when these guards come to you?
Well, he did give me one way. Normally, I only get to say anything to them when the armors come in and I send something back. I was provided a way as a sort of rudimentary alarm system, quote unquote. Basically, it's easier if I just show you. And she'll hop off and pull out a little wooden chest, open it up, and put this little very crudely put together almost drone-like bug fully made of metal and wood. I could put a message in here and supposedly it will reach the Baron one way or the other, but I was told to only ever use it in case of emergencies.
So could we
I
follow the
could.
bug back?
You could, or you could wait for the inevitable armors to show up. I don't know how long that would take. You could follow the bug. Are you sure you can de-seat this person?
Sure.
Listen, we went to a temple in a sky, and we stopped a magic catastrophe, and we met a god. We got you covered, lady.
Interestingly enough, for once, that is an accurate. My companion has given an accurate summation of events. We have quite a few accomplishments under our belts.
Thank you, Mom.
Alright, well, I'm happy to... Well, not happy, but I'm willing to send this thing off and let you follow it. I don't know what you'll find at the other end. If you... Really shouldn't be, but if you have been snooping around, you've likely heard Kiva's name already.
Oh yeah,
Correct.
this Kiva person.
Yes, well, reportedly, she found out where the Baron's stronghold is, but I haven't seen her in 2 days.
Where did you last see Kiva?
The guardhouse, arguing with everyone else again. Even punched one of them square in the nose. He was bleeding for a good 10 minutes.
We should go talk to the guy that got punched in the face. He might know something.
If anyone can help you get into the stronghold, it's her. If you'd like to just chance it yourselves, I can send the bug off.
We could always use additional help. Let's try and find and speak with Kiva first, and if nothing else, we'll give you a signal to use the bug.
Well, just come and speak to me, I suppose. Just don't be, suspicious, I guess.
Hence why I'd prefer to give you a signal instead of just coming up to you.
Well, tell me what the signal is, and I can follow it.
Hey, what do you want this signal to be? You can say a word.
Probably
I-
best if it's something that she can see instead of hear.
Yes, but firing magic into the sky would be not wise.
No,
No,
not
no.
magic. We'll probably... There's a window you can see the streets from, correct?
Yeah, Davi is good at getting into places, and he
Yes.
is stealthy.
One of us will stand there and give you a sort of wave.
Yeah, well,
Actu-
as a backup, pick a word in your own voice.
I beg your part. Oh, right, Kenku's.
No, giant.
You sounded like you were about to suggest something.
Well, I don't know if it'll work. You're more than welcome to simply try to give me a signal. But people have been leaving flowers and such on top of the old statue, and I can see it for most of the day. If not, Golo can certainly see it. If you were to leave a particularly brightly colored one
Wait a minute.
out there.
Yellow?
Has the
Yellow
Baron
would do.
ever heard your voice before? Does he know what you sound like?
Unless he can hear me through those accursed armors, no.
Doesn't he send you mind messages?
Oh, I'm not supposed to respond to those. Those come in infrequently.
Oh, I see.
Give me the
What is-
heebie-jeebies.
Okay. Well, there goes that idea.
Not a bad plan, honestly. But, yes, unfortunately, the more magical messages that I hear always end with, you are not to respond. I think one time he straight up said, because I don't care what you think.
Sounds like a really nice person that needs to get punched in the face.
You know, I wouldn't... And
did you just
as
use
she's
sarcasm?
talking, you all
I
can
didn't-
hear some
Relax.
clunking and clanking outside the building. She'll say, well, thank you for the visit. I will certainly discuss with some of the merchants in town about purchasing your services, but I'm afraid I really must get back to some policies.
That sounds
I
good.
must
Thank
bid you
thank
all
you.
good day.
We will take our leave now. Thank you very much.
Okay, goodbye, nice lady.
I'm gonna head to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a moment.
So, do you guys want to divide and the conquer? Mia and Edma could go dig up the weapons or the magical thingies, and you guys could go find Kiva.
We're forgetting about the half-orc who's leading a rebellion of sorts.
That's
That's Kiva.
Oh.
So Cedric and Clam and Zeshi can go find the Kiva, and you and me, because we are good at digging, can go get the magic thingies.
Sure.
You're good at the digging. We're good at the talking.
I have seen Edma dig real good with her back legs before.
I don't think I want to know the context. That's kind of private.
I don't understand why you're peeping me on me while I'm using the bathroom.
That is what you're doing? I thought
Maybe
it was a
you
thought
could
it was a combat ritual. Oh my god.
Gavi, privacy's nice
I
for some
just-
people. Most people, actually. Yeah. Objectives. Baby, do you have a little gooner with you this time? For shame.
Did you bring the goon?
He did not. Moon. I love you. You know, he does this much every single time that I'm sitting here. This is not a abnormality. You good? That was weird. Oh, bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you for your patience. Sorry about that.
Tyler, do you still exist?
Tyler's lost to the ether.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I was lost in the sauce, my dude.
He's lost in the sandwich sauce.
Taking a nap.
Well, it was a very messy sandwich. I am still here.
Okay. All we see on your camera is darkness.
I think, yeah, the lights were out. Oh, there he is.
Tyler just
Excuse
There
me?
he is!
Tyler from the void.
I'm telling you, he's filming Blair Witch 3, The Deadly Sandwich. Okay. So, with you all taking your leave of the office, how will you go about this?
Oh shit, there's a hand.
We discussed while you were gone, Edma and Davi are gonna go dig up the bomb orbs, and the rest of us are gonna go talk to Kiva. Or we're gonna find Kiva and talk to her.
Okay.
Them.
Makes sense.
Before me and Edma leave town to go to where that was marked on the map, I'm gonna try and find like bags, burlap sack, something like that.
There's not one just like laying around.
Obviously, I would buy one off of somebody. It's like, hey,
Oh yeah, that's easily done.
do you need that bag? Cause I need that bag.
Yeah, we'll say someone's willing to sell you a medium-sized burlap sack for 2 copper.
Sure, that's done deal.
Dunzos and deals. All right, you have got a burlap bag.
Yo, man sold me a bag of holding for 2 copper. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
holding.
isn't just any bag of holding. It's the bag of holding. With the
The
bag
only
man
one
in
in
it.
existence.
No, it's the one with the bag man in it, so Davi's gonna get dragged into fucking hell.
No, yeah, no, more like Davi puts his hand in it and his hand's just gone. Just gets eaten.
Oh, bag of devouring.
Yo, wait, is there any rules text on if you flip a bag of devouring inside out, does anything happen?
I don't know.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Alright, just curious.
I would have to look that up.
It eats everything in a radius.
I have a
Bag
feeling
of
that's
devouring
almost.
inside of a bag of devouring.
I think that's a pocket dimension thing, and it would just cause another black hole.
Damn.
My guess would be it doesn't devour everything if you turn it inside out, because then that's like one of the most. That's just another thing of like, oh well, that's easily abusable. Just have someone run in.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you have like an artificer with a little construct that you don't need, just run in and just boop, bomb. So I'd be willing to bet that's not a thing.
Turning it inside out just closes it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Well, rules is written.
Wait, what? What's rules was written?
For bag
I
of
was-
devouring.
I was sneezing. I couldn't hear what Quinn said.
Turning it inside out just closes it.
Oh.
Makes sense, honestly.
Right.
Okay, so... Yeah, let's start with Edma and Davi. Edma, I'm assuming you're holding the map and following it?
Yeah.
Alright.
I wouldn't exactly let
Edma,
Davi have the map.
You're good with paper and directions and maps, right? And then just like coming up with his other hand. Well, of course she's better with maps than you, Davi. There are no maps on the mountain.
Damn, alright. Stick for getting
Indeed.
sassy. That's what you get for torturing him with Stickberta. Anyway,
And then Stigberta comes up with from the other hand.
says nothing.
It just says nothing. I'll just kind of like look at you, Edma. They had a fight. They're not talking right now.
That's truly unfortunate, Davi.
I think they'll work
believe
it.
we're getting to our destination.
I
You
think they'll
are.
work it. I think they'll work it out, but I don't have the time to build a therapist stick person.
Therapist Bert.
Maybe I should take stick photo for now.
Oh, you should take stick. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. She could keep you safe, and you're a girl, and she's a girl, and you could chat about girl things.
Dick
Yeah,
Bert is
yeah,
only
that's
nice
what people
to,
do.
to
And I will slowly,
members of the
like,
party.
as I'm handing over Stickberta, right? Just like Stickbert's hand, like, quickly touches your hand and almost won't let you grab it. And it just like the stick face looks at you. Edma, I need you to kill Stickberta. and there's just like a gold coin in his other stick hand.
Edma, you're genuinely not like you're pretty sure that's Davi doing that.
I'm just gonna
Hi, Moon.
take the gold coin and take Stickberta, and I'll just stick her in my pocket for now.
And you'll see Stickbird, do this for me, and I'll owe you a solid.
A samurai keeps her word, don't worry.
So, you two venture out past the old magic shop, which is currently boarded up. The back door.
Since we're passing the old magic shop and it's boarded up, can we look inside to see if there's anything in there?
Yeah, there's crates, empty vials, broken glass. Looks like possibly some dried blood.
Can I make my way in through the boards and investigate the dry blood and maybe open some crates?
Through the boards? You could try one of the windows.
Alright. You tell me I'm not strong enough to pull boards off?
Well, you said... Oh, I'm sorry. You said through the boards. I thought you meant squeeze through the boards. I didn't know you just
I would
pry the
pull
boards
some
off.
of them off and then squeeze it in.
Sure. Give me an athletics check.
What's my modifier? I get a +6. That would be a 23.
A 23. Yeah, you managed to pop one board out pretty easily. You know, it's a lot of force at first and then a little wiggling and then just get the nails out of the wood. And that one board, given your size, is enough for you to kind of crouch down and waddle your way in.
Yeah, and that's not like I'm waddling in. I just kind of look at Edma. See, Davi fits into places.
I'll just try and use brute force to break through the rest of it and climb through the window.
You mean the door?
That's
what Davi went through.
Oh yeah.
I suggested it, but RJ clarified he wanted to actually remove the boards.
Oh.
Yeah, you're just gonna like you're just like body check the door.
Well, hang on. Let me hear what Alice is saying. What was that, Alice? I couldn't hear you over.
So was the door only open enough that he could get through right now?
It's more like the door opens inward, so once he pried a board off, Davi could kind of push it inwards and then just go through.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to remove the board, are you trying to remove them, or are you just gonna cut them in half?
Yeah, I'll just cut them in half. It shouldn't be
Sure.
hard to just
Give me an
pull out my
attack roll.
gun.
Just give me a
Oh,
classic
boy.
attack roll.
What's my modifier? That is a 22.
22. Very clean split right down the middle. Just, in fact, the boards kind of all stay in place, and you have to like reach over and push them down to push the two boards away from each other, the two halves. As you're sheathing your sword, Edma, you notice a few of the armors are facing towards you.
I'll put the sword away.
They're all at a distance, but they appear to be paying attention to you.
Davi has the best.
My axe and just dig with it.
I guess I could
One
use
way to do
my
it.
shield to scoop.
Your paws.
Davi, give me
Well,
a
I mean, they're
medicine
only
check.
claws.
Medicine check. Yeah, I'm gonna just for the bit put on a sleuth hat and a bubble pipe. Medicine.
The bubble pipe is actually just a stick you found outside.
I'm proficient in medicine. Let's fucking go. I got a mod 19.
Mod 19. So what exactly are you trying to figure out about this blood?
I mean, so generally, obviously not that Davi would know this, but when you're examining blood, you're looking at splatter pattern, like what could have potentially caused this, or, is there any evidence of where it came from, where the person was standing, and if you figure out where they were standing, what might have struck them or caused it.
Okay. So, based on the pattern, you would say whatever it was a minor injury. There isn't a lot of it. There's a lot of individual drips, but no large pooling, no big splatters. The initial splatter, you would say, came off of someone at a central point, which you trace back to a fairly large bit of scorch and damage over by the counter of this shop.
Is there anything on, underneath, or around the counter?
No, nothing but some of the broken vials and glass. Whatever was there has been since removed.
Alright, let's check the crates.
Okay. You pop open the crates, and it is mostly transport materials, like boxes, vials, flasks. There are a handful of different plants that you don't really recognize. You didn't see anything like these on the mountain.
I'm gonna take them so that Clem can have them.
Okay, yeah, sure. Mark some unknown herbs in your inventory then.
Yeah, and I'm going to take like the flasks and stuff, and I'm just gonna put them in there.
Okay, yeah, just mark that all down.
All right. And if there's nothing else in here of interest that we can find, then we'll move on.
No, the inside, there's a lot of heavy damage to the room, all seeming to point towards, or away in this case, from that central scorch mark.
Yeah, so probably one of the bomb orbs went off in here.
No, I think, Davi, I think you would understand. This lines up with what Petra told you about the weapon she wanted to examine before buying detonating.
Right.
Right.
Alright, so...
So we're heading, like, what, to Outback, right?
I would say, does Edma let Davi know about the suits of armor that were paying attention to her when she came in?
I mean, I haven't mentioned it yet.
I was saying, would you? Because if I don't know about it, I'm going to go out the front. But if you tell me, I would then go out the back.
Well, didn't we come here for a reason?
Well, we came here, we were passing it, and I wanted to investigate.
Oh.
Yeah, these are not where the items that were left were taken out of town. Davi wanted to poke his head in here after he took a peek in.
I'd probably see you heading towards the front door and grab your shoulder and be like, Davi, we're heading out the back door.
Oh, okay. Why are we doing that?
Because they were watching us, and we don't want to deal with that, do we? If we're going to grab things that they don't want in the town.
Oh, the clunkers. Okay.
Yes.
You good, bud?
And I'll start heading towards the back. Is there anything interesting in the back? Because I'm assuming the explosion's all in the front.
Yeah, the back is... Sorry, my dog sounds like he's about to just start hacking up a hairball. You good, bud? Yeah? Just tickle in your throat?
That's okay, Oz was doing the same thing. Hacking up a hairball.
Yeah, the back seems pretty devoid of things. There's a couple broken weapons, a few more shattered vials. It's a lot of broken objects back here. Things aren't damaged as the blast was out front, but it does look like the shelves had been rattled and things fell off, and anything that wasn't, you would surmise would have been removed to where you're currently heading.
Okay. Then I'll look for the back door and just...
Easy enough to find.
I don't want to run all the way out. I want to poke my head out and see if there's a patrol or anything.
You don't currently see one out the back.
Alright. Let's carry on our way.
All right.
Wayward son.
All right. Not hard to follow the map. Just outside of the side of town, you do find a small exit in the wall, guarded by, of course, a guard. And he'll simply nod to you and open the door and say, "Watch yourself out there."
Right. Well, the swords aren't for decoration. We'll be fine.
Of course. And he'll kind of look you two over as you're leaving and be like, no, I suppose not. He'll close the door behind you.
Alright.
From there, not hard to follow the map off into a small cluster of trees. This is still mostly grassland, but there are a couple scattered trees, and there is a small bushel of them that the map points out, and you can easily see where the earth has been turned.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take out my axe and go, well, let's get to digging. We can pretend that we're farmers and we are hoeing the ground for a good harvest of explosive vegetables.
Maybe don't swing your axe into the explosive or possibly explosive magical items.
No, they're not swinging. I'm just gonna like take it, side it along the ground and like just go in a little bit and then just like scoop the dirt out carefully.
And I'll just take my shield out and start scooping up dirt.
Alright, as you two start digging, we're gonna briefly cut to the other three. You three were heading to the guardhouse, I believe, looking for Kiva. Is that still accurate?
There is no Clem, only Fluff.
There's no
I mean,
only-
Clem is
only-
kind of fluffy.
Fuzzy butt.
She also has a fuzzy butt. There is hair
What are you
there.
doing? Don't put your butthole in the camera. That's for OnlyFans.
But he
You're
wants
gonna
the
get us
RGB.
demonetized, Moon.
He wants
Can't do that.
RGB butt.
I don't think anybody would be able to see it anyway. It's too dark in here.
I mean, I can see the RGB reflecting off him, so.
Yeah.
All right, not hard to find the guardhouse. When you do find it, one of the windows is broken. There is signs of a scuffle. The door is off its hinges, and the guards inside are.
I can hear you pissing, RJ.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could hear the
You
mic.
frying chicken in there?
God damn. Yeah.
God damn,
Fucking
boy.
mute your mic.
I can on these.
Oh my
Sorry.
god. Then don't take the
Put your
mic into the bathroom.
Goober.
You could have muted Discord before you walked off.
I'm laughing too hard to deal with this right now.
Oh my god. Well, I think that's an official demonetization.
I don't know.
I'm just frying chicken.
Demonetizable.
Yo, bro, I was just air frying chicken, I swear.
I swear, I was just cooking some bacon.
No,
I took Hanson with me because I wanted to still hear what was going on. I didn't realize it was gonna keep doing that.
Yeah,
Well, now you
that's
know.
fair. Alright, so, like I said, one of the windows is broken, the door's off its hinges, and the guards that are inside are talking amongst themselves, shuffling about, getting a few papers. Some of them are removing their armor and placing it, like, not even placing it, tossing it on one of the tables and walking out, shoving past you three. How do you proceed?
We're just outside, right?
Yeah, you're just outside the building.
When they were talking about Kiva, were they saying that they're, like, shunned by the town, or?
The only thing said about Kiva was that she tends to butt heads with the other guards.
Oh, okay. So
And-
we can just go in and ask for her.
Yeah, no, you haven't heard anything about being actively, like, shunned, or you can't say anything about her.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go in and ask for Kiva then. I'm assuming there's some sort of front desk.
Yeah, there is, which is currently having a non-zero amount of leather armor being hefted onto it over and over again. And some amount of spears, short swords, a couple of shields. And the guard will look up and say, oh, well, brilliant, what'd she do now?
Nothing. I just wish to speak with her.
Sorry, you're too fucking late.
Too
She
late
got
for
dragged
what?
off by those. She got dragged off by those metal menaces.
Do you know where? This is kind of important.
What could possibly be important? She's a civilian now. What is so important?
Some of her family died and left us a message to find her and inform her of it.
Hilarious. She got family messages via us. Thank you very much. We do work with her. Or did.
Well, this was distant family, so I doubt they would have gone through you. I doubt they would have had the means to go through you.
I'm sorry, who are you guys?
Well, we're merchants typically, but you know, can't make a little
Merchants.
buck on the side delivering a message.
Odd jobs.
Yeah. You're not a merchant, so who are you to judge?
Yeah, I'm not a merchant, I'm a guard, so you'll understand if that story seems a bit odd.
Whatever. It wouldn't be your ire, or it wouldn't be our ire you're gaining if you don't, you know, at least pass it along. Or let us find Kiva and deliver it directly. It is kind of sensitive information.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like I need more of those metal menaces climbing up my ass just because...
Who said we would mention you?
We don't even have a door blocking us. Do you think they can't see us? And another guard is gonna walk up in, I wouldn't say fancy attire, but notably different attire than the rest of the guards who aren't tossing their armor aside. Excuse me. I'll take this one, Daniel. You can all come back to my office.
Oh, okay. Have a nice day, Daniel.
Yeah.
Say that with as much, like, sass as I can.
Damn, Daniel. At it again with the guard leather boots in the guardhouse.
This man will walk you back into what is barely an office. It's like the size of a cubicle. And he'll just lean on his desk. All right, what's got you three yapping at my guards now? What's Kiva done?
He hasn't
Don't
done
give me
anything.
this-
Oh my gosh.
Oh, for God's sakes, don't bullshit me. Let me guess. You hear about the Baron, right? You heard what you heard. Everyone wants to talk to Kiva about it.
Oh, I mean, we were told by everyone to talk to Kiva about it, so... I mean, regardless of whether or not you tell us exactly where Kiva is, we're gonna find our way around anyway, so either you assist us, or you don't.
Right, how about you take that, threat out of your voice, and I'll fucking tell you what I know.
It's not a threat. I was just telling you.
What, but you're saying it like I'm
You
trying
can
to
help
block
or you can't.
So, you think I brought you back here because I'm mad at you? I brought you back here to keep you out of observation range.
Oh, so you
You
wanna help?
daft idiots!
Yeah, you know. We
I
are
don't
those
wanna
pesky
fucking help.
A-words.
Are you kidding me? I've got half of my goddamn guards that are left resigning, and I lost one of my best lieutenants because she didn't agree with the Baron. You think I don't want this thing out of our hair?
Listen, we don't know off of just looks as to who wants to help and who doesn't.
I'll grant you that one. But the point is, I will help to the best of my ability. I can't tell you where she was taken because I don't know. We have a couple of
Okay.
cells, but for whatever reason, the Baron doesn't use them. I can tell you that she was taken yesterday and dragged east. By the way those things came back, I can't say it'd be more than an hour outside of town.
Okay, so there is a way for us to get dragged off to that location.
I don't know why you'd want to. These stinking armors don't pull their punches, and they don't take people in quietly. So if you plan to get taken in, you better know a good medic.
I mean, I
Unless
am
you want
a
your
good
nose
medic.
upside down. Well, if you're the medic, you best not get your ass beaten to a pulp.
Well, we have a few other members that aren't currently here with us. They're off doing some other form of recon, so we're a little better prepared.
Right.
All right.
We were told that the armors that are being piloted are all of the armor that was in the town. Do you know if there is potentially any armor that wasn't taken by the Baron that maybe we could wear and pretend to be?
Not unless you liked leather armor, that's all it was left with. Anything metal, he took control of. Trust me, I'd like to outfit my guards better, but when your defenses just start walking around on their own, don't get much opportunity. Besides, they seem to at least recognize faces, so I'm not sure if anyone could pass for one of them, unless you're an illusionist. I don't know. And he kind of looks over at Zeshi. Is she an illusionist? She looks magic.
Mister, do you know illusion spells?
Not really my specialty.
Damn.
Well, guess we have some thinking to do, huh?
Well, so you're set on going there, are you?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I can't say for certain if it's true, but we do have a storehouse that we used to use for grains and some of the Vorden's armors. Or, no, arms and armors. I'm sure there's no armor left in there, maybe a few old weapons, but there was a storehouse. It is to the east, so unless the Baron's gone and constructed his own jail, that would be my pick for his makeshift cells.
So we should check there first.
I'd recommend it, but if you all have a better way of determining where it actually is, I'm not going to stop you. My jurisdiction is town. If you're the you-knows, going and finding things seems to be more your specialty.
Definitely go check that out first. I want our other form of getting there as a last minute.
Yes. Well, I didn't mean that as a threat. I meant that as a genuine warning. These things pummel anyone they take. They won't kill you, not as far as I've seen, but
Well, I know.
they certainly won't make you any prettier.
Mr. DM,
Yes.
I haven't played a druid fully like this. Do you know how limited my wild shape is? Like what I can change into at this level?
So let's see. It is by level. So I don't know off the top of my head, but that can be a quick search.
I think you can't have a swim speed or a flying speed.
Is there like a chart I can refer to?
Let's see.
You should be able to check that under your class features.
There is a chart just under class features, under spellcasting ability. At 5th level, you have... Okay, so at 5th level, you have a max CR of 1/2, and your limitation is no flying speed.
I don't... There it is. So nothing with a flying speed. Nothing that can
No,
fly.
not until you hit level 8.
So then what's the limit?
CR
The creature has to have a max CR of 1/2. And I believe it does need to be...
That is such a big pool.
I believe it does have to be classified as a beast.
I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's still a lot of...
That is a
There
lot.
is a lot of options.
I mean,
But
there's
the
only
CR
3 tiers of this,
and
so... At the 2nd tier, yeah, it should be a good amount.
Fucking chart. Okay. So I could be a rat?
A rat should fit the bill, yeah.
Yeah, it's 0, 0. It's
Yep.
up to CR 1/2.
Yes. That's a max, not a hard requirement.
Alright, yeah. So if we wanted to go the route of getting some of us captured, 1 or 2 of us, and I just stick with the person as a rat, and then when we get to destination on wild shape and heal them and do whatever, and then the rest can follow. like
Can
that
you turn into like a spider? Because that would be even smaller.
would...
A rat.
Probably. I don't know.
Alright.
Like, they specify rat, but they don't say mouse. Could I be a mouse? Probably.
Yeah, you could be a mouse.
I guess that's DM discretion.
Probably. If there's not a block for it, it would probably be DM discretion.
I would imagine it would just be rat stats, just smaller.
Yeah. I think a rat stats is a good enough analog.
Then I'll just do mouse if we end up doing this. But yeah, we could do that. That is an option. We could also summon them via the mayor's assistant, and I could follow them via just existing on them. I don't know if they'd be able to sense me though. That's the question. That's the real question. I don't know if I want to test that out. How many? I have 2 uses of wild shape. I'd like to save one. What are our thoughts? Anybody else having other thoughts?
Not me. I can't really do much here.
I'm just gonna
I am a fighter.
I am fighter. I do the hit.
Okay, well then let's meet back up with Davi and Edma and see if
What's
they
wrong, bud?
like this idea or have other plans.
Okay, come on. Come through again. Come on. It's okay. Or go into that chair. Here, turn that a little for me. No, the chair. No, the chair. There we go. He just needs it facing him.
You want me to walk around this way? 'Cause I'm okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And no, he's not struggling. Just it needed to be pointed more towards him so he could actually get on it.
Generalized pupper struggles.
Yeah, generalized pupper struggles.
The struggle of being a pupper.
Yeah. A pupper who's not the spring chicken he used to be. Though you wouldn't know it by his actions.
Oh, man.
Alright. So, let me cut back to Davi and Edma, who have successfully dug up the crate that was in the ground. It wasn't too deep. Do you want to open it here? Do you want to just take it back?
I mean, we should
lift
open
it out
and
and
check.
yeah, pop the lid so we can see what's inside.
Okay. So you, even holding it, you can see some of that that wild static just coming out the seams of the box. Opening it up, some of it spills out, kind of like a fog or a mist. Inside is one vial of some kind of swirling purplish red gas. Another is a dagger that also has some of that magic just swirling about it. And finally, a singular glove.
I am
Going
going
to-
Glow.
I'm gonna take
Singular
some
glove.
of the. I'm gonna take some of the dirt that we obviously dug up. I'm
Hmm.
gonna put it in the burlap sack,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna put them in the burlap sack and use the dirt as a cushion so they don't clang around it. You know.
Okay. Are you putting them in the bag aside from, like you're taking them out of the box and into the bag?
Yeah, and essentially what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be like I'm gonna be like just barely like say for like the dagger, I'm gonna like grab like that and just like barely touch it and just lift it, like playing Operation almost.
Yeah, you can feel like just a little bit of tingling, like the smallest bits of static on you as you're picking this thing up.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna
Be
put them.
careful with those, Davi.
Davi knows they are not safe. They go boom. That is why I am only touching it a little bit.
Once you have them down, we should cover them with dirt as well. If we're trying to bring it back into the city. Though I don't know if we should do that. We might want to just hide there somewhere where we can access them easily.
Hmm.
It wouldn't be a good idea to be caught smuggling magical items back into the city that were already thrown out.
That is a good point. We mostly want to have these so that we can use them to go boom if we need to.
Alright. It should be something we have prepared to grab, maybe on our way to wherever we head next. I'm assuming we're going to be heading to the hideout, but I mean, I don't think we have any clue where that is right now.
We do not.
So maybe we can hide your burlap sack up somewhere where only you'd be able to get to it.
Well, I think maybe we should
Wait, did
not go
Claire
back.
leave?
We should not go back into the town with it, but we should bring it with us
Did
and
Claire
let
leave?
the others decide what we should do with it, because we may or may not need to plan out some things, and depending on where the boom is most effective is important. But I do think that not taking them into town is a good idea.
Exactly. Were these the only things that we could find in there, or are they just the only things that look whole or like?
They were the only things in the box.
Okay. Can I take a look at the glove actually?
Sure, I mean, I'll let you look at any of them. I'll just just barely touching it, just kind of show it to you. Now, Edma, just
Are there any like weird or noticeable features of the glove?
So, obviously there is the kind of wild magic static you get just from holding it. As for features, it's a workman's glove, it's fairly thick, and it does have a thin strip of metal that goes across the knuckles. But other than that, it seems fairly ordinary, outside of the magic, of course.
Right. It doesn't look like it would fit any of our party members, would it?
It might fit Zeshi, Cedric, or Clem in its current state. It does seem to be a glove for, like, your average humanoid, so not you or
Alright.
Davi.
Oh.
I would like to take a look at the dagger as well. Because, I mean, Zeshi is a magical person. Maybe she could make use of that dagger.
True. The dagger, its shape is pretty rudimentary. You know, simple hilt, simple pommel. A durable looking, but not out of the ordinary blade. The interesting part comes in the decorations, which has these dyed blue serpents engraved into the hilt.
Does it look like something Zeshi would like? Zeshi seems to like cool things.
I mean, we also shouldn't trust the integrity of any of these.
Well, my thought is she's magical and she might be able to get some use out of it. She'd be able to tell better than either of us could. So I'm
Ultimately,
trying to gauge if I think it would be worth bringing to her.
the issue is going to be that any of these have the potential to be a literal ticking time bomb, so they should be treated as such.
Right. I don't think we should bring it into the city, but I think we should let Zeshi take a look at it before we do anything drastic with it, just in case.
Oh, that's why we're going to reconvene with the party outside the city, so that, we can delegate that.
Right, but that'll have to come later. But I want to just take a look at it and see, do I think Zeshi would like this dagger with the design on it and all that?
I mean, it's
You
possible.
think she would at least be interested? Zeshi is drawn to the odd, the adventurous. Worth at least showing to her. Let her decide.
Right.
As you and Davi have discussed, it might explode. The biggest trouble is you guys haven't really been able to determine if these things are literal time bombs or if there's just some mechanism for them going critical.
Right. Which is why, seeing as we're not magically inclined, I don't think we should be the one to fuck with these.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm putting them in a bag of dirt and taking them with me.
No, Davi, I understand you're doing the smart thing. I'm not dissing you. You are right in this instance.
So we're gonna head back, not into town, but a little bit outside of town. And I guess I won't go into town because I have the bag. I'll just kind of be like, yeah, well, you go find them and let them know I'm out here.
Davi, before we go back to town, we need to do something else out here.
What is that?
We need an excuse.
An excuse? Like what? What type of excuse?
Well, the guards are going to want to know what we did, and you and I need to be on the same page.
We were on a treasure hunt.
No.
Someone...
We're on a normal hunt, and you and I are going to go and see if we can just find something quick to bring back for the rest of the group.
Oh, I know what we can do, and I'll pull out the herbs in the flasks. We were looking for herbs.
Yeah,
when
that's
when we found them.
Well, they might know the flora around here. Maybe we should grab a couple from over here as well. And I'll just kind of go around and see if I can find any kind of herbs.
Random plants that look... I mean, I think I have nature. I think I'm a nature boy.
I just don't want us getting caught with our pants down, Bobby, you know? It'd be a bad situation for all of us.
Yeah, I do not wear pants.
Yeah, that's up to you guys. You could try to just grab a few random plants, or one of you could roll nature to try to find some actual herbs.
What's your nature mod?
+0.
I have +2, so I'll do it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Davi. You're closer to the ground. You'll be able to find some herbs.
Mod 18.
Mod 18, yeah, you find some pretty run-of-the-mill herbs, but they're actual herbs, so they do fit the bill.
Alright, that's fine. We'll take those.
Alright. So you're then heading back to town?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe we put the things in a hidden spot, and we'll be able to return to it later.
No, you talked about it, but currently Davi's still holding them.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is take the sack with me, and I'm gonna wait a little bit outside of town, and then you can go back into town and find the party and bring them out to me, and then we can decide what to do with the bag of stuff to take it.
I feel like just hiding them somewhere is a lot more succinct.
I believe so as well, Davi. I don't... Well, you're not here, but... Davi,
I'm not here.
That is true.
We need to hide
it. As we're sitting there, we're sitting there, like, debating,
Okay.
like, literal, the Kronk scene, just Clem appears on my shoulder and says that.
Anyway.
No, she has a point.
And that second Clem just, no, she's got a point.
She's got a point. Davi, we need to go back together. We left together. The guards are already on a little bit of high alert, and we don't want any bullshittery, okay? We're gonna hide the items,
Alright,
and then we're going to return.
As we make our way back to town, can I look for any trees that might be hollow around the base, or might have an opening in the trunk?
Could maybe knock on the trees to hear if it echoes.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of trees, so I'd say it wouldn't take you long to find one that had a hole where some animals may have at one point called it their home.
Alright, so I'm going to put these in the base of the tree, and I am going to cover it with leaves, branches, mud, shrubbery, make it look, less assuming. It's like, why would you look here?
I'm gonna go around to the side that's not facing towards the town. I'm just gonna carve a couple marks with my sword so that we can find it easily.
Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, easy enough to do.
Alright, then we'll head back to town.
Alright. Are you heading back the exact way you came, straight back to the gate you came out of?
That would make the most sense.
That would probably be the closest one.
It is the closest one, so you'll knock and the guard will open it up. Oh, you two. Right, what were you going out there for anyway?
I'll just take out some of the flask arbs.
We were collecting herbs for our friend. She's a botanist.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. You're with the botanist merchant. That's right. That's right. Yep. Come on in then. Bit overdressed for botany assistants, aren't you?
Well, we also have to do a bit of the guarding, you know, in case the wolves or the bears or the bandits, you know.
Oh,
traveling
sure.
You know, you always got to have the intimidating people to keep them away.
We also make good hunters as well as collecting herbs.
Yeah.
It's good to be able to sustain your own food source when you're on the move. And we'll just
Of course,
keep
of
stepping
course.
inside.
And he'll wave you two through and close the door behind you.
Right, so we will try to reconvene with the other party members.
Okay. It's not terribly hard. You can find them hanging around the guardhouse talking amongst themselves. Though, Edma, you do notice that the armors are still paying attention to you as you're moving through town. They're not moving towards you, but their heads are always tilted toward you.
Hey Edma,
Fantastic.
I think the clunkers have a crush on you.
Come on.
I think
There we go.
we'll be fine if we don't cause any problems.
Wait a minute. Maybe they don't like you. Maybe they're lusting after the armor you're wearing. Hmm?
That might just be it, Davi. No, let's just find the
I'm
rest.
just gonna kind of like look up and down at Edma's armor. Yeah, I mean, if I was a suit of armor, I'd pee in it.
I don't want you to finish that statement.
Fair enough. You reach your companions with no... Sorry, I thought my video was going wonky. With no issues. You do believe you're being watched, Edma, but they're not moving on you right now, so you can reach the other three without much issue.
Just forewarning.
find it?
everybody, I'm being watched.
Yeah, the armors are lusting after Edma. But yeah, we found it.
Not great.
And I'll reach into my deer pelts. We found these plants. And we thought that maybe you could use them or figure out what they do. Because you do plants.
Do I know offhand what these are? Having regularly worked with?
You know a couple of them offhand. Some of them are... A majority of the ones Davi's handing you are like common potion ingredients, stuff that you would use as base, a few herbs that would be used in like healing potions. You identify a good number of potion materials. Also, he's holding a few sprigs of like basically thyme for some reason.
Those ones are for seasoning meat, if you want to keep them somewhere else.
I'm literally just gonna take one and just...
Okay, well, it might not taste too good by itself. Unless you like the taste of thyme.
Wait a minute, I can eat thyme?
No,
What
not
happened?
time
What
as in a
happened?
watch, it's
What
T-H-Y-M-E.
happened? Do I get older? Do the more I eat it, I can speed up the process
Davi, I'm grabbing him by the shoulders and shaking him. Listen to me. T-H-Y-M-E.
I can become a giant faster clam.
There's a spice.
The spice must flow. I'm just gonna start eating them.
Oh, stop. What, can I roll for the other ones I don't recognize? Maybe I like
Sure.
better in a book.
Yeah. Give me a nature check with advantage, given that you work with this kind of stuff. Davi, you burn through the few sprigs of thyme you and Edma picked pretty quick.
That's
Do I
a
feel-
10.
Do I feel any older?
No, but
Okay.
your insides feel a little like a pizza. Not that you know what that is.
This must be what gumption tastes like.
God damn it.
Decide.
Anyway, 10
10?
was my better roll, yeah.
So, here and now, you don't think you can figure these out. Given a little time to actually sit with them and maybe reference some notes, you think you could figure it out. But right this second, off the top of your head, a couple of them just aren't coming to mind.
Well, I could take the time to look it up in a library later, maybe, but it's herbs. That can wait. As for getting to where we need to go, I have an idea. I don't know if all of you agree with it. One of us would need to get arrested by the armor.
Me, Davi. Davi wants to do it. Davi wants to go to the big house.
Preferably someone who can take a serious beating.
Davi can take serious
I
beating.
can do it.
But Davi
I was
wrestled.
gonna say,
I
if Edma's
already
already
have
got
their
eyes
attention.
on her, Edma might be a good idea. It would dissuade them from looking at us and paying attention to the rest of us.
Well, what if the eyes get shifted to Davi? But, you know, if Edma wants to get beaten up, you know, I won't stop you. It's not like he's just gonna kick the dirt. It's not like I wanted to do it or anything.
Davi, I don't know
Okay,
how I
no
feel
problem.
about sending you to get beaten to a pulp.
What are you talking about? I had to wrestle with giants. You don't think that I got crushed on occasion? Or the boulders or the bears? Like, I can take a beating.
Say that as if you were not a giant yourself.
I just... Yargoth said it would take like 90 years, okay? I just haven't grown, you know, big. It's gonna take a long time. You know, giants live a long time.
Yes, they do.
Question,
Anyway.
does anyone actually know how long Kenku's live? Because I thought it was
That's what I'm looking at right now.
I do not think it's 90
apparently
years.
About 60 years.
Yeah.
That is depressing.
Yeah, no, Kenku have like a slightly shorter lifespan than humans. Albie doesn't know that. Don't tell him.
Davi thinks he's a giant. He's gonna live a long time.
I don't want to break his little heart.
He thinks he's got like 500 years, 600 years.
It's the storm giant way, man.
Anyway, I would ride with whoever ends up doing it. If that's Edma, then I'm riding with Edma as a rat, just to, or a mouse to keep my profile low. But I'll heal you once we get to our destination, and the rest can follow.
Right. Zessu,
Yep.
Davi and I hid away some items that we found buried out there. You know the items we're talking about. One of them was a dagger. I don't know if you might be interested in seeing if you could make any use of it. I know the magic's a little wild, but I know you have a wild side, so...
Yeah,
I can definitely see again.
Drop that laptop.
it was a dagger, a glove, and a vial of swirly gas. It's
Did you-
weird.
So,
Bring
You
any
guys
of that
should go
with you,
check
or
that.
did you
No,
leave it
no, we
over?
hid it in the stump of a tree because we did not want to bring it into town to... Because if they took it out of the town and we bring it back in and gets caught, it would cause problems because
Yeah, yeah,
Davi and Edma are smart.
that is fair. Guess we can.
I'm gonna mute the music because it's really hard for me to hear.
That's
that's
totally
okay.
fair.
You can also adjust the sound, but...
It only goes
went
so
down
low.
as
I think I'm
far
actually
low as
gonna
I could.
leave it because the loop is kind of starting to drive me nuts. Fuck.
Fair.
How do I? It's alright. I listened to a lot of music yesterday, so I'm kind of tired. How do I
So-
leave this thing?
Is there any other
There
preparations
should be a thing
we
that
need
just
to
says
make?
leave activity.
There it is.
I'm gonna pop my Eyes of the Eagle headwear off,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna hand them to Davi. I'm just be like, Davi, I want you to hold these for me, just because I don't want them getting taken when I get taken away. I don't know how they'll react to magical items. I don't want to see a situation. Do you mind holding this for me?
I'll just hold, I'll kind of like just like look up over it with the beak over it. I will protect this with my life.
Appreciate it.
Hey, well, I'm sure you can cause some sort of ruckus. You're kind of good at that, so I won't give you any pointers unless you ask for them.
Yeah, Edma, just act natural.
I'm just gonna bite my tongue and walk away.
What? That wasn't meant as an insult. You are good at causing a ruckus. Anyway.
What's the plan, Edma?
Was there any particularly weak armor that I saw at any point? Like, is there any armor that was like very, very beaten up?
Old and rusty.
Yeah, there was a set of uncompleted armor that had a bunch of dents in it.
Alright, I'll see if I can track it down. Hey, look, I don't know what these things are capable of. I don't want to go in swinging on something that I can't take on. I don't even know if this is the best option.
I would definitely say you start yelling about being an adventurer and wanting to find the Baron and beat him up or something.
Or you could just walk up to an armor and say, "Hey, yo, fuckface, I know you've been staring at me. Get them empty eyes off my booty."
It does not take you terribly long to find this armor.
And it's just looking at me as I'm approaching it.
It wasn't looking at you when you find it, but it obviously turns to you as you approach it.
Hey, buddy. You guys able to talk, communicate? Raise your left hand if you really understand me.
It sits there rattling.
So you don't
Little-
take commands,
little
you're
twitch
probably
every now
on
and
like
again.
patrol orders. I'm just gonna grab like this, like, what kind of helmet does it have?
Pretty standard, like... I was gonna say a Legion helmet, but that means I'm thinking of a different thing.
Legion.
Yeah, well, I was thinking Boros Legion, not any Legion in the real world.
Hmm.
So, simple, like, army helmet where it's, like, covers the top of your head, comes down a little over the forehead, but there's a cutout for the face.
But there's no, like, covering over the face?
This one does not have a covering over the face, no.
I'm just gonna, like, kind of, like, grab the bottom of the helmet and shake it around a little bit. Will you even respond if I fuck with you?
It knocks your hand away.
Oh, okay. So you care when I actually touch you, but you can't actually understand anything I'm saying. So, like, when I say, fuck the Baron, that guy's an annoying fucking prick and childish as hell, you won't respond to that, will you?
Oh my god.
And it kind of turns. And it, like, turns its head a little.
I his childish feelings when I insulted him.
It just turns its head and says,
I'm sure he doesn't care what you think of him.
What
Nice
the
goals.
robot is like? What's with this sassy lost child?
Let me see something.
This is a reaction. I gotta test the waters of what this thing's deal is before I just fuck shit up.
As you continue to, as you shout some of these insults, it just slaps a hand over your mouth.
No, you cannot do that. That's
I'll
illegal.
lift the hand away and I'll use my daunting roar.
Interesting. Could you refresh me on how that works?
I don't even think it'll do much. I'm just carving a scene, but it's creatures of my choice within 10 feet can hear you, must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. I'm assuming they can't become frightened though.
I'm pretty sure it's a
of armor
construct.
in 10 feet, then I'll try to target all of them, but
So you
I
see
doubt
it,
it.
like, lean back a little in, like, the force of your roar, but it just kind of comes... it just comes back and is facing you. It does not appear to be affected, no.
One of the
touch
nearby.
me again, but I'll remove your hand.
Yeah, well, there's, like, a nearby citizen who just pisses themselves and runs away.
No, I was gonna say one of the nearby armors is just remain calm, citizen.
Oh, stay calm.
Incognito.
Yup.
He's blending in.
No, honestly, if Gungnir was in this town, he would see all these suits of armor and start destroying them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. You
true,
would.
yeah.
Can I try
that's right.
to? Is it?
I mean, would he? Because Gungnir's smart enough to know he was destroying copies of himself, but these are just like suits of armor. They're clearly not.
True,
Machines
but
like
he
him.
may potentially take offense to it.
He may, yes. That would be up to Tyler.
Yeah, it depends on what the the situation. Someone.
Depends on how he's feeling, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Is he feeling a little punchy today?
if he's in a real door battering mood, you know.
If he's just like, yo, I need to knock some shit down.
Yeah.
But yes, so
Me too.
do you continue just with the shouting? Do you want to take another?
Is it reacting at all?
Are you continuing to like talk shit?
Yo,
At this point, I'm
Alice.
just gonna be like,
Knock
let's just
it.
move this along. I'm just gonna try and push it to the ground.
No, knock its fucking helmet off. Knock its block off.
Rock and
I'm
sock and
setting
robots.
myself up to have advantage. I'm knocking it pro if I can.
Give me an athletics check.
Boop, boop. I'm good at those. Not that good. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Sure.
13.
So you give this thing a push and it slides back about an inch. And it walks up to you, grabs one of your wrists and just puts it behind and just walks behind you, putting it behind your back and just grabs your other arm.
Would I know a way to make it not as uncomfortable if I just kind of work with him, trying to go with wherever he's taking me?
So you try
Because I'm trying
that.
to get captured here. I'm
Right,
trying to
right.
keep myself
So you
at
find
least decent.
as you sort of like try to be like, okay, this is good. Now I just kind of, loosen this arm, let him put it away. You find this thing's like bending your arms to a point where it's like, this thing is not giving a shit if this hurts.
Fuck off. I'm working with you here. You don't have to be so rough.
And it just kind of pushes you along, and two other armors kind of close in and walk with it as it starts pushing you out of town.
Alright, I'm gonna wild shape while Edma's getting arrested into a mouse, and then like scurry up and climb up into like a pocket or something.
Okay.
While the armor's attention is drawn to her instead of a random fucking mouse.
Right. You don't think they notice you as you kind of scurry up under the breastplate and just kind of hook onto Edma's shirt.
I don't like how you say that.
What?
Oh, this isn't Shava. Come on now.
I will say that, because I actually have pretty good stealth. You guys should follow, like, a couple of feet behind me, and I'm gonna stealth after the armors to just basically trail them.
Is this you, Cedric? Are you accompanying Davi?
How's my
Don't forget the
sneaking?
magical items.
Yeah.
My sneaking is decent. Unfortunately, my armor is going to be a liability.
Then follow behind Davi instead of with Davi.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Actually, here's what I'll do. I'll tell them where the tree is, where we stored the magic items. And
Just remind them of my markings.
yeah, I'll tell them of that. And I'll follow the armors to figure out where they're going, and then once I find that out, I'll go to the tree to get them, so that they don't have to worry about stealth checks.
As long as they're okay with that plan, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm happy to go look at magical artifacts.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll basically explain to you that they're in a bag, they're covered in dirt to keep them from rattling against themselves, and just when you pick them up, just...
Okay. Cedric, sound like a plan to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So walking the whole way?
Yes, you are going to be. 1 second. Yeah, you are gonna be walking the whole way. So obviously, first off, Davi, give me a stealth check.
Okay, I think
Okay,
I'm
your
stealthy.
mic pickups are really good. I can hear every single gulp you make.
Oh yeah, let's fucking go. You
Like
like
it's
my
right up against your neck. It's
Yo,
kind
you-
of
you-
ASMR-y. I am.
you like my gulps there, big
No.
girl?
Roll your stealth check, bud. Come on. You're gonna roll like a 17 anyway.
I get +7 to stealth.
That's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Might
crazy.
actually-
Yo, hey Ethan, 17 + 7.
What did I tell you? Your bonuses don't fucking matter, my guy. Not until you guys get a few levels higher. Jokes aside, yeah. I'll say... Edma, you're not sure if the others saw you leave. Like, you're pretty sure you're like, no, they would definitely follow me.
They
I don't
heard
really
my
wanna
roar.
Yeah, they heard you roar. They know the plan. It's kind of quiet. They're probably figuring something out.
Right.
They're crafty.
I mean,
heard
I'm
it
with
when
you,
hopping
so-
on, right?
Huh?
I said I heard it that Clem was here, right?
Oh yeah, you know you felt Clem scurry about and find her
I'm
way
in.
into a pocket.
Some pocket somewhere on you. Not on like a removable item, but like your clothes pocket. Because I don't think they're gonna strip you naked. That
Right.
would be weird.
I don't know, tactical
would be weird.
nudity is in season.
Well, if I have to, I'll hide in your fur.
Tactical nudity is always in season.
My fur
Little
is
mouse.
not that long.
I'll
She'll
find
figure
your,
something
like,
out.
Fuzzy part.
Right.
Hide in your armpit or something. I don't know.
Try not to tickle her.
I won't.
Roll me a tickle check.
Roll me a con save.
Tickle check.
Con save
Okay.
versus Dex.
I would like to
Versus
back
sleight
and
of
giggle like
hand.
a little lady.
Just gonna look at
Give me
that kind
sleight of hand to
armor.
tickle.
So we're going
some-
somewhere within walking distance, eh?
You are. As a matter of fact, you find yourself. You can see the building they're taking you to within 30 minutes. It is a wooden storehouse, reasonably sized, maybe the first floor of a average family house in size.
This is outside of town, correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's about
this is
30 minutes
outside of
out.
town. This is 30 minutes out east. And the door, which has been crudely reinforced with some various metal bars, gets opened up. The kind of front bar gets lifted, opened up, and you can see, like the reinforcements, the cells that you can quite quickly see are all, in fact, not are all, it's one. There is one section of the building, as this is very open, it is a storehouse, that just has iron bars jammed into the floor and ceiling, with a pretty rudimentary metal door attached to it, which is opened up. Your weapons are taken from you, and you are shoved inside. There are a few other denizens. There is a half-orc. There is a couple of humans and a singular... Give me a second. Sorry, I thought someone was talking to me. And the half-orc, 2 humans, and one elf.
While I am outside, kind of, at the distance of this, I'm gonna take the eagle goggles that Edma gave me, and I'm gonna use them to just kind of like scout and see how many sets of
I
armor
think it takes
can
an
see.
hour to attune.
Oh, does it? Damn
It
it.
does require attunement to use.
All right, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna use my normal eyes.
You could say that you had it on since you put it, since you got it, but then I think still only
No,
like 30
that'd
minutes.
be kind of metagaming, so I won't do that.
I mean, you could essentially take an hour to attune to it outside of this building. I mean, I can't imagine we're not gonna be here for
It's
a very
not.
short
That's,
amount of time.
that's not necessary, and I'm gonna end up giving these back to Edna anyway.
Also, I'm not sure what the rule on multiple attunements to a single item is. I don't think
Oh.
more than one person can attune at once.
Yeah, so
Okay.
then Edna would have to reattune, so it's fine.
Edmund would have had to deattune in the first place.
Right.
Does
So
that
I'm
take
just.
time?
Huh?
What does that take time?
I would assume. I'd have to. I can look
Well, I'm
it up
not
now.
attuning, so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
No,
Give
you're-
me.
Okay.
Just give me a perception check then.
Alright. Can I perceive?
No.
Perception. I have good perception on this character.
You have good everything on that character. This party stats are cracked, my guy.
Yo, we cracked, bro. Mod 16.
Mod
not that cracked.
16. Okay. Yeah. You don't see any guards patrolling outwards, but through some of the windows, you believe you count 4 distinct armors that pass by, not including the 3 you saw take Edma in.
Alright, so with that, I'm gonna scurry my way back to the tree where I told Zeshi and Cedric to be.
Okay. Edma, you are locked into the cell. Your weapons are placed in a steel crate nearby that has a big old lock on it.
Do I see this Baron at all, or do I see anybody here?
The only people in here are in the cell with you. And of course,
I'll-
climb in your pocket.
Sit down by the half orc. It's Kiva, right?
Squeak, squeak.
Should be.
You would presume.
Oh,
She's the only
Sit
half
down.
orc around.
are you Kiva?
Yeah? Why?
I was looking for you.
Oh, really? Where are you? And she kind of
Yeah.
puts a thumb to her nose, blows, and a spot of blood just fires out onto the ground. Great.
Oh.
What, do I owe you or something?
No, actually, I wanted to offer my help. Obviously, we're inside a cell, so. Well, we have.
Squeak,
We
squeak.
can do some stuff. Squeak, squeak. Yes, my friend, I'm gonna pet the little mouse in my pocket.
Once you're like in there and the armor isn't paying attention to you anymore, I'll pop up on your shoulder. I'm not gonna unwild shape yet.
Yeah, I mean, you'll wanna escape, I assume, so that you can
Probably.
bring information to the party.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go, this is my friend.
A mouse.
She's not always a mouse. Sometimes she's a very smart satyr.
I don't think you have ever seen me wild shape before. I'm gonna be 100 with you.
Oh, we haven't. We're just
You
not
haven't.
talking about
Clem does
We're
not
just not
typically
talking
wild
about it.
shape.
It has not come up. It's not a problem. If you didn't choose to talk about it, why would I question? But yeah,
I
this
wasn't
is
bringing it
my
up
friend.
as like a character moment. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've done it.
It is.
Tactical
Your mouse turns into a
mouse-ness.
satyr.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the other way around, but you get the picture.
You know, usually people have to be locked up for a while before they go crazy.
Oh, well,
I'm gonna
crazy.
like scuttle up to the. You sat next to Kiva, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna scuttle up to Kiva and just kind of like stare up at her face, like knowingly. See if she gets the idea that I'm
You're
an
the mouse.
intelligent humanoid, not regular
looks-
mouse.
She kind of looks down. Oh, seems to be a smart mouse, I'll give it that.
Right, right. Well, that mouse is probably going to be what gets us out of here.
Yeah, right. I've been in here for almost 2 days. I don't think anyone's gonna get us out of here. Unless the Baron decides to, I don't know, have a change of sudden heart, but,
Have you seen the Baron? There's nobody else here. Did they just use the armor to monitor everything?
yeah, basically. There's Golo's old assistant, but I guess she means well, but no one's actually seen the Baron.
Yeah, this is... Maybe we'll have to use the bug after all. Do any guards come here from anywhere? Or do they only come through when they're bringing people here?
He's gonna point to the 4 sets of armor that have kind of placed themselves against the walls like statues. Just those 4, and whoever shows up to drop off new arrivals, which is currently the 5 of us. Looks down at the mouse. 6.
So... Are these all the people that went on that raid, or just, what, survived?
God, no. She points to one of the sleeping humans. This idiot decided to go ahead and just proclaim that he was adventurer in the middle of town and tried to be all heroic, and then got the shit kicked out of him. Points to the other human. That guy's just actually a thief. I'm pretty sure he tried to rob the tavern, so now he's here. And the elf, I don't know what her deal is. She hasn't said a word since I got here.
Right, and I'm gonna look over. They locked the door when they put us in here, right? So one of these guys has a key. Does that one still in the building, or did that one leave the building?
You think that one is still in the building?
Okay.
So,
Well, if we could get the key off of one of those, the thief could maybe try and do something about that. We could try and make a scene here that might attract the Baron to come, then we kick his ass and take the city back. I mean, all of our weapons are right there.
I have been tracking the Baron for almost the entire time he's been in power. He never leaves home. Not
Do
once.
you know where that is?
Of course I do. Why do you think I ended up in here? Also, what are you in for anyway?
Oh, I roughed up some armor. I was trying to get here to meet you and figure out a plan to get to the Baron.
Yeah. I guess my name would have been dropped a few times.
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak.
I would have told you that I could wild shape a couple times, so I can unwild shape and we can talk.
Well, I wouldn't do that because I would arouse so much suspicion if there's just another person in there.
That, and you'll have to burn your second wild shape that you have right away, or not right away, to change back to get out.
Davi's already out there to
But
like.
we aren't 100% sure because Davi was
You
thinking of
aren't.
hiding that. Does Clem know?
It's part of the plan.
I mean, it was part of the plan, but again, I
To have
wasn't
someone
sure even though it
follow.
was part of the plan.
I'm gonna trust my party members and believe that at least one of them was following us. So.
I just don't think you should blow through your wild shapes.
I have things though.
I have things.
Hey, why are you just staring at your mouse?
We're just... You know, some
Angrily.
people can have a conversation without words.
Sure.
We're fine. We're fine. I'm sane. I'm fine. I'm a woman on a mission.
I am climbing up to the top of your head and beating on you with my tiny little mouse hands. Yeah, exactly like
Is
that.
there a window? Is there a window?
There are windows not inside the cell.
Are they like glass windows,
there,
or
like,
are they like
the-
holes in the wall?
The front door we
With
came in,
grates.
is there like a crack? Like it's not completely flush with the floor? It is a warehouse after all.
It is not completely flush with the floor, and they are glass-paned windows.
Okay, awesome. I am a mouse, therefore my joints are very squishy and I can become pretty much flat, so I'm just gonna... We're gonna give you one little, like, tail whip on the face, like, turn tail, and then scuttle off along the edge of the walls and out of the door.
Oh,
Squeeze under.
and she's
guess
off.
you're
I didn't.
yeah. I guess she didn't want to be in this dinky old cell. But yes,
Huh?
I know where he's holed up. The bastard took over the old mill out north. Reinforced it pretty heavily, too.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotta be. All the best armors, all the strongest looking ones. They don't leave
But it's
there.
only armor there? Him and his armor? Or have you seen actual people go in and out? Or did you not really get that note?
I only got to scout it a little bit before I had to leave because, well, I couldn't risk getting found. At the time, they didn't know I was trying to find him. I never saw a single soul come in or out. Just these fucking things.
Interesting. How's he alive?
I
He must have
presume
food stored, but
food stored, these things can probably grab some amount of food. I'll tell you what, there was some weird lighting effects going on in there.
I see.
Darude sandstorm at
We've
the old
seen
mill.
a symbol, right, with like a skull that's been associated with the Children of the Storm, right?
Yeah, you've seen
I'll-
an insignia.
Describe the insignia to him. Like, have you seen anything like that around there?
Only once on those fucking merchants that started all this shit. Around
Yeah.
the mill? No, I haven't.
Interesting. I'm just trying to make sure whether it's related or not. 'Cause they're trying to take advantage of events like this, but maybe this is someone taking advantage of their chaos.
Could be. I mean, if if the Baron's associated with them, they're hiding it pretty well.
Right, so we can't be 100% sure.
Yeah. The only odd thing I saw was those, I swear I could see like a teal glow in there at night on some of the third floor windows, but that could
Has
be
to be
just some
magic.
magical object. I never got to go inside because that thing is
Fortified.
fortified. Yeah, and I'm just one person. I could get in, but if I had to bet, you don't have a fort without guards.
On my way out, how many of the walking armors are inside?
You see 4 pressed up against the wall.
There's 4 inside.
Yeah, 4 inside. The 3 that brought you to here have left.
And are there any outside?
Not that you see once you squeeze under the door.
I'll do a little perimeter check before I go look for Davi.
No, you don't see any outside.
Okay, so 4 inside. Cool. I'm gonna look for Davi then.
The two of you find each other not too long. It's kind of hard to miss your friend Davi just lay seething.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there doing this, and then a mouse just like climbs up in front of me, and I just go, oh.
I'm gonna bite your little
Actually,
fingers.
Oh, actually, hang on. No, Davi, you would have left by now.
Yeah, I did technically leave and go back to the tree.
That's true. So yeah, no, Clem, you start wandering out, and you initially don't find anything.
Alright, if I don't see him, then I just won't. I'll stay nearby, but mouse form. Or, you know what? I'll go back in. I'll go back in.
All right, you make your way back in, and we will cut to Zeshi and Cedric, having found the described stump. Inside which is the burlap sack, just as Davi described. And you can both see a little bit of little sparks flying out it.
They're covered in dirt, mind you.
They are.
Alright, well, here, you hold this just in case it explodes while I take one each one out, one at a time.
Oh, all right. Cedric just kind of like awkwardly holds it.
So she's just gonna wrap, not even looking, just gonna wrap her hand in and pick a random one object out.
Sure. Roll me a d6 and let me know if it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, or 5 and 6.
5.
5. Zeshi, you pull out you pull out the dagger. And it is much like some of the other wild magic items you hold. It has that kind of staticky feeling. You get just a slight sense of vertigo holding it. You get a little used to it after a moment or two.
Mm-hmm. Static, I appreciate. The vertigo, not so much.
You can get used to the vertigo after a few moments of holding it, but it's just messing with your natural mana attunement.
Yeah. Can I try to Arcana this to figure out what it does?
You can try, yeah, give me an Arcana check. Might not know all of what it does, but you can probably get some broad strokes.
15.
15. Yeah, I think you can glean some stuff off of 15. Given the carvings, given the shape, you're not sure exactly what it does, but you believe this dagger has the ability to transform in some way. You're not sure if it becomes a bigger weapon, if it takes on a different shape, but you believe this thing has the potential to morph its form in some way.
Becomes a slightly bigger dagger.
Yeah, literally,
It's
you
just a
said
sword.
it's literally just you're just fucking with me.
Alright, so... what
Alright,
exactly...
this dagger seems to change into something else? I don't know.
So, what exactly are we meant to do with this?
I don't know, I'm sure we'll find something useful to do with it. So we'll just set it aside for now, and then go and take another random one out.
Sure, give me a 50-50 roll. 1 through 3 or 4 through 6.
5, again.
5 again. You pull out the little vial of gas. Again, you get a little bit of static, but just the static this time. Would you like to Arcana this one as well?
Sure.
Go for it. Why not?
21.
Wow.
Zeshi, you can't be positive without, really sitting and examining this or finding an identify spell. You are fairly certain this is supposed to be some bottled breath. But you're not sure what this wild magic has done to it.
What is bottled breath? What does that do?
Bottled breath is a little vial of air, and it would allow you to pop the top, essentially inhale the air, and you can basically cast Gust. I believe it's 2 or 3 times in a time limit.
This one just causes a fucking tornado or some
You
shit.
you inhale it, and then just bees come out of your fucking mouth.
Or it's bottled breath weapon.
So what's that?
Bottled breath.
Bottled...
Amateurs.
I'm... Remind me, do I breathe?
Remind me, do I breathe?
I think you can...
Only when you remember to.
Oh yeah. Cedric is like bottled breath. Oh,
You have to do manual breathing. You have to think about
I know, it sucks.
Literally, you don't require breathing, so if you need to, when you want to breathe, you have to actually remember to be like, I should breathe.
Yeah, and I'll just at this point I'll come to the stump and go, oh hey guys, how are you doing? I found where the people are, and there's 4 clunkers in the jailhouse.
Davi, what is a clunker?
It's the suits of armor. They are clunkers.
Oh, I see. I wasn't aware you had given them a name.
Yeah, I'm calling them clunkers and junkers and shitty funkers.
I'm just getting flashbacks to Star Wars, calling them clankers. Droids.
And I'm gonna like look at you, see you holding the swirling purple mist, and I'll just go, we can use this probably.
I can cast Gust, but granted, I don't know what that wild magic is going to do to that, but...
What do I do with this? Do I throw it? Do I eat it?
You inhale it. After you take the top off.
Okay. I'm just gonna stick it in my pelt. We have to go save Edma and Clem and other people. So get your fight on, because those clunkers need to, I don't know, get beaten up.
Alright, 1 second. I have one last one to go, and she's going to put her hand in the bag and take the last one out.
All right, you pull out the glove. Again, a little bit of static. You can sense there's wild magic about it. As I described to Edma, looks like it would fit most humanoids. It's a thick leather workman's glove with a thin bit of metal across the knuckles.
Alright, interesting. Arcana?
Go for it.
17.
17. Let me think. That's definitely enough to glean something.
It's a glove of pasta making.
It just makes pasta.
Yeah,
You
it
wave
just
your hands
it
and pasta
just-
just starts falling out.
You obtain a spell, create rigatoni.
Each finger makes a different kind of pasta.
That's the one. That's the one. Oh, Quinn's gone again.
And this is how Zeshi became a pasta-mancer.
Honestly, I was just thinking about slapping pasta with a glove.
I'm just thinking, like, you make a ravioli and you just, like, you conjure ravioli in somebody's windpipe and make them choke to death on it.
That sounds like a JoJo's power.
Zeshi, you think that this is supposed to be an attunable magic item?
That's I got.
And you think that if someone were to attune to this, it would give them... It's hard to say, given the fact that it's one, you think either this allows the wearer to designate an object, you think, but you're just not sure what effect the glove does to the designated object at present moment.
It turns it into pasta.
It gives you a +2 to pasta making, obviously.
Yeah. My favorite skill. I make sure to get proficiency in it on all my characters. I'm allowed to as an Italian.
With a flick,
It's a racial
with a flick of the wrist, you turn something into ravioli. You could gaslight somebody and like turn everything they eat into ravioli.
The worst roommate.
I could make like in a campaign like a stupid magic item like that. You just like flick your wrist and you just turn some food into ravioli or something.
I have had an amazing idea. Gosh. I don't want to sidetrack us.
No, you're good. Tyler's just thinking, these are interesting items that you guys don't currently have full descriptions of, but you also know there's some funky stuff about them.
Fuck it.
Interesting. So you want to put the glove on. So it does take an hour to attune to something. Do you want to spend that time?
It takes 30 minutes to get to the guardhouse, so even by the time we get there, it wouldn't work.
I don't know. Do we have a half an hour to spare?
Sorry about the bathroom breaks. What's going on?
We could, but I mean, ultimately, do we? Okay, not that okay, I'm not. Metagaming would be knowing that Kiva said she's been there for 2 days. I don't know that she's been there for 2 days. I don't know if they're going to be moved. So ultimately, what Davi would do is he would want to rush over there and bust in and get them out because he doesn't know what's going to happen the longer they stay.
I'll go with whatever Davi says.
Yeah, so ultimately, Dobby would want to rush in and
There's
bust
no
up
reason to
some
not
armor.
start a tuning either way.
Yeah, I'll start attuning, but I mean,
If you want to try an item, you don't think the dagger needs attunement.
oh yeah, she's taking the dagger too.
Mm-hmm. I just meant if you wanted to see what these things do, since
Yeah,
the glove
literally,
you
you're
started
just like,
tuning.
oh, cool, glove, dagger, and then you're just like somewhere down the line, you just hear beeping, and one blows up on your hip, and then your other fucking hand gets blown up, and now you're listening to a bunch of 70s music, and you have an eye patch and a horn coming out of your head, and you're in a base over the ocean doing PMC stuff. I mean, you know.
To be fair, having two of your items explode sounds like a pretty good story.
Honestly,
Oh,
that's why I'm
no.
not testing them now.
Not
I'll test them later,
me.
'cause if they do explode, I'm gonna throw them at the enemy.
I
Okay,
never
fair enough.
lost control.
Okay, so if I've got this correct, Davi, you've got the supposed bottled breath, and Zeshi has the other two items.
Yep.
Yes.
And now Cedric is still just standing there holding this bag of dirt, not knowing that there was only 3 items in it.
Yes, Cedric's just like, I've got a bag of dirt, and there's nothing inside it.
He's like, are we done?
Yeah, what's
No,
good?
the
What's
last thing
going
that's
on?
in there is the heart of Davy Jones.
Yeah.
He's got a bag of dirt.
Alright, let's go.
I mean, I'm gonna take them back to this storehouse, guardhouse, whatever.
Let's go.
Hold on, I'm distracting him. Sorry.
Yeah, just minor things. All right. Davi knows where to take you guys, so it is not hard for him to lead you back to where he was outposting. Takes about 30 minutes to get your way over there. Do you want to take them to where you were keeping an eye on things for now and
I mean, yeah,
talk more, or do you want to?
I'd be a little distant, but essentially I'd just be like, okay, how do you guys want to bust in there? Because I was thinking that I could climb up on the roof and smash it with the axe and come in from the top. And, you know, Cedric, you can be in like 2 places at once. So you can, you know, do that, I guess. And Zeshi, you can like shoot magic, right? So do that.
I can do that. I can certainly do that.
Davi, why does your
I
plan
love
only
this
have
plan.
something specific for you?
Because I am not the team leader, Mom, and I don't do the planning, mother figure.
Then why-
You are the ex-soldier, motherly person.
Oh wait, I
so,
don't have any memories of that aside from the dream I.
well, you have the muscle memory, so your brain is a muscle. So muscle it, there, Cedric.
It's not.
Would any of you like a cat?
Could
Listen.
Yeah, I could use a cat. Come here.
He's
Listen, not
grabbing
only
the nose.
is Edma and
What?
Zeshi on the no, my bad. Edma and Clem on the line. Stick Berta is in there too, and she is a valuable asset to this team. And you're just Stick Berta. No, she's not. Let her die in a ditch. Quiet, you. Never.
Weird question, DM.
Okay, I like weird questions.
Could I try to scan I have my feature knowledge from a past life, which I can't activate after I do a roll technically. But could I do some sort of, I don't know, investigation or something to just try to take in this scene as much as possible, try to tap into like my soldier background to see if I can analyze the situation tactically and try to tap into that old memory.
Yeah, I think you could. Why don't you roll me? Insight or perception?
Ooh, those are better options than the one that I was. Ooh, insight. My insight's actually pretty solid. So I'm gonna roll insight. Nice. So that's a mod 20. And I think I am going to use knowledge from past life to try and push it even higher, just for funsies.
Alright.
That fell. Do we take floor dice, or should I reroll that? I saw what it was.
On the table, preferably.
On the table. Okay. Alright, that's another 4, so 24 total.
24 total. Okay, remind me, how much has Davi shared with you about this?
Uh,
Has he just shared, like, everything he saw?
I would have told him everything I saw from the outside, where the
Okay.
others are, like how many I think there are.
Okay.
so as I'm protesting, like, I don't remember my soldier knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
you-
as you're
you-
protesting that, this,
1,000-yard stare.
there's, like, almost this moment of
Doesn't even know
realization,
it's
like when
Jalapenos.
Dr. House figures out something by somebody making an offhanded comment, and you think, well, he said there was 4, the other 3 left. He hasn't seen them since, so they're probably standing still. They're not alive, so they don't need to move much. Spacing would probably be pretty even, that's pretty standard procedure. They wouldn't be directly next to the door.
Is that it? Or...
No. But you're thinking to yourself, and you, while these things don't, the big thing for you here is, you have all these ideas on like, oh, well, a multi-pronged attack would scatter them and get them panicked and problematic, and you just keep coming back to, but these things aren't living. What can we do?
Yeah, against a foe that where morale is not an issue.
Right, yeah, Phoebus, I'm getting to you, sorry.
Very good.
Given what you've observed in town, and given what your companions have told you, you do think that a multi-pronged attack should still be effective, because while these things can't be thrown into a panic, they also don't think tactically. They follow some directives, and they don't give any thought to enemy strategy, their own strategy. These things seem actually pretty rudimentarily, programmed. So if you attack from multiple angles, they would likely just go to the nearest threat. So with some good placements, you could split them up, you think?
Yeah, well, another thing is that if I bust a hole in the roof, what the fuck are they gonna do? Climb? Like, what are they gonna do? I'm the nearest threat. Have fun fucking getting to me, you pieces of shit.
I mean, Davi, even if you just stand up with a hole in the roof, they're just not gonna bother with you, because if you're just standing there...
Well, I can attack them from the hole.
If you attack them from the hole, you would have to see what happens.
Yeah. And I also zippy zap, so take that.
You do some zippy zaps, that might do something.
Alright. So, these things seem like those tactics are only rudimentary, so we might be able to confuse them by attacking from multiple angles. I'm going to suggest that we use a multi-pronged assault. Davi, you can take the roof. Who do we want them to focus on?
I am fine with being the focus, because I can take a good hit.
Alright, Davi. In that case, I'll stay at... Zeshi and I will keep our distance. Her with spells, myself with my echo. You can get in the center and we'll attack from multiple sides, confuse them.
Ah, there's that military mom coming out, Cedric.
Look, I don't know why I have these instincts. Well, I guess I do.
Because you used to be a soldier, man. Come on. Alright. I will then run over to the side of the hut, house, shed, and climb to the roof.
Give me an athletics check just to see how cleanly you get up. I've no doubt you can get up.
Athletics or I mean, it doesn't matter. One's a +6 or a +7. And...
Give me... I mean, it depends on how Davi's going about it. Are you trying to do it artfully, or are you being efficient?
I would probably be efficient, so...
Then just give me athletics, yeah.
natural 20, so total 26.
26. Yeah, you manage to get up there and don't hear anything from inside. You don't break any boards, you don't knock anything loose, you don't cause any noise.
Oh, I'm about to cause some fucking noise.
Yeah, but you don't cause noise on your way up.
Alright, I am gonna get to, I guess, like the center, like you have the spine of the roof. Not exactly, because that's gonna be the thickest part, but, you know, basically next to it. And I'm gonna take out the glass master, and I'm gonna go, okay, you can chop trees, and this building is basically made of tree. So you can do this. I'm gonna start hacking. I'm just gonna.
I guess while this is happening, we're getting into position too.
I would assume so, yeah.
Alright. How do you three want to go about this?
Well,
I mean, I'm gonna keep hacking at the roof until I make a hole big enough for me.
and the two of us are... So, are there multiple entrances that the two of us can use?
I'm pretty sure it's just the one door and some windows.
There is there's a front door. There are windows on 2 of the sides. So you guys can decide which of those you would like to use.
You want to blast through windows, Zeshi?
Sure.
Alright, I'll take the front, but it'll be my echo knocking on the door. Or breaking it down, as the case may be. And I'll be strategically a little back.
He's out there like fucking spinning in place and breakdancing.
Hmm.
I don't want to do
Then she casts Fireball.
this. I cast Lightning Bolt just to shatter the windows.
Like, actually?
No.
I think we're still getting prepared, so...
I mean, I don't know how
I'm
to
getting
bring it up.
told there's a playback will time out in 4
Oh yeah,
minutes.
if you just click on watch together, that counts as interacting with it, and then you can just come back to the regular screen and that'll keep it going.
I don't know if Lightning Bolt can go through like walls and shit, or if it can blow through the walls. But if they're all standing in a straight line, you can just.
Well, are either of you looking through the windows?
I'll look through the windows before I shatter them.
Okay. Zeshi, you take a peek in, and you can see 3 of the armor. Well, you can see 2 of the armors from where you're standing against the opposite wall, just standing still. But you see one off the wall, following a little white mouse, scuttling away.
Who do I know that looks like a little white mouse? Last I saw was a little white mouse.
You would have watched Clem turn into a mouse.
Yeah.
Speaking of Edma, while these 3 have been preparing, you would have noticed one of the armors start to, like, rattle in a more violent way than usual and start to sort of swing itself around until it does launch this little mouse out of it onto the floor and start following it.
Oh.
The other 3 don't seem to be reacting. And actually, as you're kind of watching that happen, you glance over and you... Isn't that Zeshi in the window?
Hey, I'm just gonna. Are any of the people in the cell still sleeping?
Kiva is currently the only one actually paying attention to you. 2 of them are out cold.
I'm gonna rush over. Hey, let's wake them up. I'm gonna start shaking them. Hey, buddy, get up! Guys, up, shake!
She looks at you. Buddy, they're beaten to hell. What do you think they want to do?
Oh, then we're gonna have to carry them. Elf! I'm just gonna point at the elf in here. You, what's your name?
She just side-eyes you. Yeah, good luck. She hasn't talked the whole time I've been here.
Look, you don't have to talk. Can you just help?
Also,
you don't
was-
even have to fight. Just carry one of these guys.
Also, was that
Just do
your
a good thing.
mouse?
Yes, it is my mouse. Look, my people are here. We need to be ready. I want to make sure these guys are taken care of. They're not, well, I mean, I guess one of them's a bad person, but I like
You
this.
did not answer my earlier question.
Earlier question?
Oh, sorry, I started typing it. Yes, the bars are locked. You
One of
were
them
not
has-
able to see which one has the key.
Can I see now, like just glancing at them?
Give me a perception check as you're scuttling away from the one following you.
More rat stats. Fuck.
What can the mouse perceive?
Fuck me. What's perception? Wisdom? Oh, okay, it's just a +0. Yeah, that's a 5. I am panicking.
You are panicking and scurrying, and these things are all metal, and trying to find another piece of metal is so hard. Also, this thing tried to reach for you, and that was a no-no.
I think I'm just gonna run. I'll run up. Is the elf closer to the bars?
The mouse is
A bit closer than Kiva and Edna, yeah.
Okay, then I'll run up to the elf.
As in, like, going through the bars, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the bars and run up to the elf.
She'll just kind of look down at you and give you a little, like, pat on the head with one finger. Cedric, Zeshi, have you guys decided how you're gonna enter? We know how Davi wants to get in.
How many of those armors are on a line?
You could get...
3 at this. Oh, you only see 2. But 3.
You could get 2 of them in a line. The one that's moving around isn't lining up neatly with any of the rest of them.
Aren't there 4 of them? So if one of them moves, shouldn't 3 be against the wall? Oh, they're 2 and 2. That makes
Yep.
sense. Got it.
So you could line up 2 of them pretty easily at the moment. 3 would be pretty tricky. This one that's chasing what you presume is Clem is not giving you a neat shot on those.
Yo, zippy zap the fuck out of those 2 guys.
Cedric, what about you? How you thinking?
Well, like I said, I'm gonna have my Echo, basically just fucking charge them, and be an obvious threat, while I'm going to be a little back, probably around the corner of the door, so I can still get in if I need to, but, the Echo's the one that's actually going in.
Okay, so you're gonna open the front door and send the Echo in. Alright,
Yeah, when the shit hits the fan.
sure. So Zeshi, are we firing a lightning bolt?
I'm thinking of that.
Do it. No fear. No fear. Do it.
I'm trying to see. Would this possibly be better? What's the range of this? Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, definitely never mind. Screw it. I'll do a lightning bolt.
Okay. So, Davi, just as you manage to get a decently sized chunk out of the roof, Clem, Edma, and the rest of the prisoners watch a bolt of lightning break through the rather thin wood of this storehouse, electrifying one of the armors, passing through and blasting through another one, also damaging the opposing wall. Let me...
Oh yeah, didn't I see? Hold on, I just remembered this. This might be a little bit bad, but whatever. Oh yeah, the lightning ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Yeah, so those parts of the wall you broke are gonna catch fire. What is your
set
save?
the whole fucking building on fire.
What is your save DC? 15?
15 decks.
15 decks. They both fail. So
Yeah,
give me
I
some
wonder
damage.
if clunky suits of armor have good decks.
Probably not.
They have 20 decks actually.
No, they have a
25.
They have a minus like
How much damage?
3.
24.
24 damage. Okay.
3 1s on my damage rolls.
Damage is damage, Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the shit hits the fan, you all watch Davi get a decently chunked hole. A bolt of lightning streaks through one side of the building, electrifying 2 of the armors, and Cedric's Echo bursts through the front door. And I think we'll just pick up on that next week.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
Wild.
Getting back into
Combat.
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 Yeah, I definitely wanted to use that one because my other 3 really good damaging spells are all con saves. I figured the suit of armor would be good at that.
done streaming?